What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City live watch-along. In today's video, we're going to be doing the live Premier League watch-along between Manchester City and Sheffield United. Before we crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content and you want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. We are on that big push now towards 20,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also to leave a thumbs up on this live stream if you do enjoy this live stream. Once again, minimum aim is 100 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated by me. Don't forget also social media links, they're in the description below and also on the banner just below me. If you want to go and search for me and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram, email also in the description below and on the banner too if you want to go and follow me. If you want to hit me up, for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's crack on with what there is to speak about for this game. Now, firstly, Manchester City are top of the Premier League at this moment in time. We ended up winning our last game, of course. Then Sheffield United went away against Manchester United and actually beat them at Old Trafford. Now, I was expecting United to win that game and City to momentarily go top for around 24 hours. As it is, City right now have everything in their own hands. We're top of the Premier League, and it feels really good to be up at the summit. We've got lots of very difficult games coming up, starting first with this game against Sheffield United. They've showcased what they can do. They can cause an upset. They went to Old Trafford and won. City need to be extra careful when it comes to this game, making sure we're taking no chances and putting our opportunities away and putting them into the back of the net. With Sheffield United, Manchester United never really got going in that game, and Sheffield United were allowed to dictate the scoreline, so to speak, and so it's very important that for City to get control of this game, that we take the lead and we score first. It is something that I'm looking for, and I'm looking for City to try and score as quickly as possible in this game is what I'm looking for. Sheffield United sitting bottom of the Premier League on 8 points, needing points to stay into the Premier League. Got a massive scrap on their hands to stay in the Premier League, fighting for their lives. They're going to dog for literally every little scrap that is on the pitch, and I've come to expect no less from Sheffield United. I think this is going to be a very narrow, close game, not a big scoreline like others are suggesting and thinking. I'm thinking this is going to be a very narrow, very difficult game for Manchester City, which City need to be extra careful of to make sure that they do win this game. For Sheffield United, like I said, they're just going to dog for literally everything that is available for them. Lots of second balls, balls forward, set pieces, hitting Manchester City on the counter-attack, looking to hurt Manchester City, picking up free kicks and holding firm at the back and keeping Manchester City as quiet as possible in front of goal. Now, Sheffield United, they might be looking for a little bit of luck. They may be hoping that Man City are having an off day in front of goal, and if that is the case, then that means it's going to be extra difficult here for Manchester City to pick up a win. City need to be careful. City need to be making sure that they are tight at the back, ensuring that Sheffield United aren't getting unnecessary opportunities, and also ensuring that we are clinical in front of goal and putting our chances away and putting the ball into the back of the net, in my opinion, is what's required from this game. Now, just before we go and have a look at the teams for this side, we are going to do some interactions with everybody who is tuning in because we like to do interactions here on the JSGC channel. So thank you very much to Adam for tuning in, going for 3-0 to Manchester City. I would be very happy with a 3-0 win for Manchester City, if I'm honest. Thank you to Mafo tuning in once more as well. We've got Mitch as well tuning in, which I am happy to see oppositions tuning in, a Liverpool fan there. Adam tuning in once more, thank you very much for that. Looking for the 100 likes, we most certainly are. We're already a quarter of the way there, now 73 likes away. We've got Jayden tuning in once more. We've got Nadir tuning in once more as well. I think it's going to be an interesting game, going for 3-0 to Manchester City. We've got Johnny as well, tuning in as well, going for 2-1 to Sheffield, which is definitely not what we're looking for, if I'm honest. That Cardiff City fan going for 3-0 to Manchester City. Jayden going for 3-0 to Manchester City as well. Liban, thank you for tuning in. We'll discuss John Stones in just one moment. We've got Mum as well tuning in, so thank you for tuning in. Mitch, I'm very well, thank you, on this fine Saturday afternoon. How are you? Adam, yes, we've got the 700 subscribers away from hitting 16,000. Well, we're 738 subscribers away from hitting 16,000 subscribers. I don't think we'll be getting 700 subscribers in a day. That would be my most successful day by a long chalk on YouTube. Whilst it would be nice, I'm not too sure that is what's going to happen here. But there we go. Tom as well tuning in once more. Thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. We've got Mixed moderating the chat as well, so thank you for tuning in. Reese as well tuning in as well. Always tuning into the JSGC channel. Much appreciated. We've got Premier League tuning in as well. I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Mohammed coming in with a 5-0 win for Manchester City. We've got TZ tuning in there. Thank you very much for that as well. Clarksman going for 3-0 to Manchester City. Mohammed going for 5-0 to Manchester City. Jayden going for 2-0 to City. I8 going for 2-0 to Manchester City. Owen Clark going for 3-1. I presume that is to Manchester City. TZ going for 4-0 to Manchester City. The scoreline that is replicated by Premier League as well. And we've got Hohu tuning in as well. Thank you everyone for tuning in. It is much appreciated by me. I will give my score prediction, but first going to go through the teams. I'm hoping for no repeat of the Manchester United game for this game. City to be extra careful, and I think that's a lesson learnt for teams that are facing Sheffield United, not to take things for granted, not just to presume, and actually do turn up and try and put in a good shift. So we're going to start off with our oppositions first. They've gone with Ramsdale in goal, Baldock starting, Chris Basham, Egan, Ampadu, Burke, Ludstrom, Fleck, Norwood, Bogle and Rhian Brewster. On the bench for Sheffield United, they've got Oli McBurnie, Billy Sharp, Mousset, Lowe, Jagielka, McGoldrick, Foderingham, Kean Bryan and Gordon. Now, I think it's harsh. Kean Bryan scored against Manchester United. I'd have thought he'd have been starting in this game, but there we go. Jagielka on the bench, McGoldrick, Mousset, Sharp, McBurnie. Some good players there on the bench for Sheffield United. Players that can easily come off the bench and make an instant impact. Sheffield United going for extra defence here for this game, looking for no space for Manchester City. So City need to be moving that ball nice and quickly, being nice and creative and trying to make things happen. For Manchester City, our starting 11 today, we've gone with Ederson in goal, Walker right back, Zinchenko left back, so Cancelo on the bench. I'm always a fan of going with your strongest team. I know we've got lots of difficult games coming up against teams that are in and around the top half and in and around the top 6, but we've got to win our games before they become meaningful games, because if we're dropping points in this game, these are the games that I'll be looking back on if we don't end up having a successful season. And this is a perfect opportunity here for City to, now we're on top of the league table, to be putting extra pressure on everybody else and trying to build some kind of gap. City, under Pep, when they do get to the top, normally very difficult to stop. Very good with momentum, which City currently do have. Very good at accumulating a lot of points in a short period of time and kind of ensuring that there isn't a title race there. City are more than capable of stringing together 10 to 20 game winning streaks, not just in all competitions. We've seen City do that in the Premier League as well. I would have been going with City's strongest team, and I think having Cancelo in our team is our strongest team, but there we go, Pep going with the rotation. I'm sure that people will agree and disagree with that. We've gone with Fernandinho captain in the side in defence and midfield, so Rodri's on the bench, Ilkay Gundogan and Bernardo Silva, no problem with that whatsoever. And we've also got Ferran Torres on one wing, Phil Foden on the other. I presume it's going to be Foden on the left, Ferran Torres on the right, and Brazilian international Gabriel Jesus leading the line for Manchester City. I'm surprised to see Jesus leading the line. I thought it probably would have been Sterling Sterling leading the line. But there we go. On the bench for Manchester City, John Stones. Let's talk about that. John Stones being on the bench, in my opinion, being one of Manchester City's best players this season. And I'm just hoping this decision that City have made not to play Cancelo and Stones, two of City's most consistent performers this season, doesn't come back to bite us on the bum in this game. Aymeric Laporte being given a rare start in a Premier League game for Manchester City, and boy does Aymeric Laporte need to take this opportunity with both hands. He's under pressure. John Stones is playing really well. Ruben Dias is playing really well, and if Aymeric Laporte wants minutes for Manchester City this season and wants to be starting games, then when he does get them minutes and he does get them starts like today, he needs to make sure that it is a good performance. So for Laporte's sake, I'm hoping that City can have a good game at the back and we can keep a clean sheet. I wouldn't rule out City at some point going with a Stones, Dias and Laporte back three. And possibly, we haven't got Cancelo playing today, but if he was, possibly Cancelo moving into the gap into defensive midfield and dropping into a back four when City are on the back foot. But that won't be happening, or at least it won't be happening from the start because he isn't starting in this game. Raheem Sterling, we've already spoken about him. I'm surprised he's not starting. We've got Zach Steffen on the bench too. Rodri, we've spoken about him. Benjamin Mendy on the bench. Riyad Mahrez, Joao Cancelo, we've spoken about. Eric Garcia too. Could well be the time that last time we read Eric Garcia being a Manchester City player, perhaps, and also Adrian Bernard on the bench for Manchester City too. Looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be a very interesting game. I think it's going to be a very narrow game, but a very interesting game nonetheless is what I think is going to happen here. So we've got JP tuning in, going for 2-0 to Manchester City, so thank you for that. My score prediction for this game is also 2-0 to Manchester City. I'm going for a goal in the first half and a goal in the second half. I'm going for a goal for Phil Foden and Ilkay Gundogan. Phil Foden in the first half, Ilkay Gundogan in the second half is my prediction for this game. 2-0 to Manchester City. Do let me know in the chat what your score prediction is for this game, and also, because I'm extremely nosy, I would like to know where everybody is tuning in from for this game, because yeah, I like to know where everybody is tuning in from. So Alex going for 2-0 to Manchester City, so thank you for that. Moni Fernandez, thank you for tuning in too, would be much appreciated. You're tuning in once more, showing your support. Dragon going for 3-0 to Manchester City, Nadir going for 3-0, Moni going for 3-0, Mixed going for 3-0, lots of 3-0s out there. I'm going for 2-0 to Manchester City for this game. We've got Nadir tuning in from Ireland, TZ tuning in from London, Mitch from Belfast, Dragon only just tuned in, only just woken up. 3 PM kickoff it is here in the United Kingdom for this game between Manchester City and Sheffield United in the Premier League. We've got Owen tuning in from Grimsby as well. So yeah, spaced around. Decent. Got Alex tuning in as well, so thank you. Jayden tuning in from Ireland. Calvin tuning in from Indonesia. International JSGC now. Got to love it. Got to love it. What isn't to love? Moni tuning in from Goa in India. Love that. Love to see it. So thank you very much for that. Jedi, I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Alex tuning in from Yorkshire. Yorkshire. Not 2 million miles from where I am. Of course, we bear the red rose on here. That's Lancashire, for anyone that doesn't get that. Tom tuning in from Hull. Love that. So JP tuning in from Kingston, Jamaica, and Tom tuning in from Hull. Love it. SP going for 2-0 to City. I'm going for 2-0 as well for Manchester City. That is my prediction. So, just going to go and get my drink, and then we'll have the nice last 15-minute build-up to kick off here on the JSGC channel for this Premier League game between Manchester City and Sheffield United. Oh, there we go. Alex, yeah, Lancashire through and through. Lancashire through and through. White Rose versus the Red. 12 Bulmers, that would be nice. That is nice. We're on the Stellar Cider today. On the Stellar Cider. Thank you very much, Jedi. Do appreciate it. It's nice. Nice. Army green colour. The army green colour. Love it. Chin chin. Cheers. Premier League's just finished reading the official Man City history book. How did it go? Did you enjoy it? I hope you did. As much as rival fans don't want you to believe it, City do have an abundance of history that's very interesting. City are a very prestigious English club. Is my window always black? No. It's blind. Opens up. See? Opens up. I darken the room out for lighting. There we go. There we go. Thank you very much. I mean, I've had it for well over a month. It's nice though. It's nice. Alex, it's a Tanzania top. Everyone keeps saying it's Jamaican. I've not got a Jamaica top. I've not known anybody go to Jamaica. So no one's, or I've not been to Jamaica either to get a Jamaica top. So yeah, it's Tanzania, not Jamaica. City, yeah, quick start is what's needed. Quick start, definitely, is what I'm looking for. The game, yeah, it's a good point, actually. Owen, the game is on Sky Sports main event for this game. You've got a game, the 3 o'clock kickoffs here in the UK for the Premier League, which is I don't think has happened yet this season. They've started now to move more games to 3 PM kickoffs. So you've got one live on BBC One, which is the... let me get up what games are going on here so I know what I'm speaking about. But yeah, there's one on BBC One. That game's the West Brom Fulham game, which is on BBC One. You've got the Man City Sheffield United game on Sky Sports main event, and you've got Crystal Palace against Wolverhampton Wanderers, which is on Sky Sports Premier League. And we're of course doing the watch along of the Man City Sheffield United game. Earlier on today, which was on BT Sport, if anyone cares, Everton took on Newcastle United at Goodison Park, which has finished Everton 0, Newcastle United 2. In the Sky Bet Championship, Norwich City were playing Middlesbrough. That has finished 0-0. Very entertaining there. In League One, currently the latest score is Sunderland 2, Gillingham 2 as well. And the current latest score in League 2, so playing right throughout all the 4 divisions in the top professional football division here in England, is Carlisle United taking on Exeter City. It's currently 1-0 to Carlisle. Just having a flick through. If you're a fan of women's football, Bristol City women's team's currently beating Brighton and Hove Albion women's team 2-0. A few games that have kicked off in the Bundesliga, I presume at 2:30 is when they normally kick off. Union Berlin Mönchengladbach currently 0-0. Bayern Munich Hoffenheim currently 0-0. Dortmund are currently losing at home to Augsburg 1-0. Frankfurt and Hertha Berlin 0-0, and Werder Bremen Schalke is also 0-0. So there we go. That's keeping you up to date with all the scores so far. Oh, actually, no, there's a couple of games actually in continental Europe. La Liga, Eibar 0, Sevilla 2, later score, and half-time in Italy, Bologna 0, AC Milan 1. So there we go, keeping you up to date with all the scores that are happening in and around Europe, which I know everyone likes for. Dad going for 3-0 to Manchester City. I'm going for 2-0 to Manchester City. Mixed's gone for 3-0 to Manchester City. So there we go. Max tuning in from Hong Kong. Love it. Would love to visit Hong Kong. Not got any plans to make that happen anytime soon, but I would really like to visit Hong Kong because it looks like an amazing city to visit. But love that you're tuning in from Hong Kong there. We've also got Maxwell tuning in from Kenya, so thank you very much for that. International, so we've got India in Goa, we've got Indonesia, we've got Kenya, we've got Hong Kong, and we've also got Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland and England tuning in from what I've seen so far, which is absolutely brilliant. Like I said, we're international now on the JSGC channel. Everton have lost. The bubble's gone pop. There we go. And yeah, the bubbles burst for them, losing 2-0 at home to Newcastle United, which kind of was a needed win for Newcastle. We've got Germany too. We've got Hull. We've got a couple in Yorkshire. There we go. Someone has to be from Yorkshire. It happens. It's a joke, by the way, that with Yorkshire. We had many of trips across the Pennines. Mostly enjoyable. Apart from Rotherham. Not overly keen on Rotherham. No offence to anyone that's from Rotherham. I'm going to butcher your name. I'll give it an attempt. Chiefia. Is that right? It'll be wrong. Hello, thanks for tuning in anyway. Going for 4-0 to Manchester City, and I hope you are right with 4-0 to Manchester City. That would be absolutely brilliant. Would be c'est fantastique. No. Yeah? I don't know. I'm not French. I'll stop doing that. I'm going for 2-0 to Manchester City today. 2-0 to Manchester City. We're now 65 likes away from 100, which is brill. We've got 8 minutes to go here to kick off. It's very close to freezing temperatures. It's about 1 or 2 degrees outside. There's no rain, thankfully, but naturally, end of January, no rain means it is going to be cold. That's why it's so cold here. And yeah, we're lots of wind there, so it's not too nice for people to enjoy if you are currently outside, but with no fans there. There we go. We all like Leeds scum. Love it. I should do some merch. I have done. I wasn't too happy with it. I don't really have time to... When I have some more spare time, I'm very busy at the moment. It's been a very busy January. Working at full pelt whilst we're in lockdown. Doing daily videos and everything. It's... Yeah, just don't really have time. When I do have a bit of spare time, I will get round to sorting out some stuff with the channel, including reloading the JSGC merchandise and getting some stuff out there for people to enjoy. Just trying to get things sorted and get things rolling, so to speak, is what I would be looking for. There we go. We'll be moving for Erling Haaland. He's missed a penalty. It means he'll fit right in. We like missing penalties as well. Oh, it's beautiful. The Belgian recipe. Stella cider. Love it. Mixed Sid. I've nearly made my way through the Stella Artois, so you'll have to link me up where you got them from to restock my fridge, which, if I'm quiet, you might be able to hear it ringing in the background. I can hear it anyway, ringing in the background. First ever away day, Rotherham. It was an entertaining away day. Yeah. And Fianuala. Butchered it, haven't I? Yes, we are. Do I like bitter or Guinness? No, I'm not overly keen. If I'm honest, I like sweet tasting things, and cider is normally my forte and go-to. Sheffield United now are making their way out of the tunnel. 5 minutes to go until kick-off. Good things to see. Good things to see. So it's Egan leading Sheffield United out, captain in the side today. And it's Fernandinho captain in Manchester City, so it's Sheffield United coming out first. And Reece tuning in from Wales. So we've got all of the UK sorted. We've got Wales, Scotland, England and Northern Ireland. We've also got the Republic of Ireland tuning in from. We've also seen Germany. We've also got India, Kenya, Indonesia, and also Hong Kong too, which is sensational. So thank you for that, as Man City now are the next to make their way out of the tunnel, ready for this game. 4 minutes to go until kick-off. Very partial to bitter. Mixid loves his Guinness. He does love his Guinness. Hopefully we'll be able to get to the Guinness storehouse and get a double in vlogging on JSGC Vlogs at some point this year. Pending. As Dortmund have now equalised against, I think it's Augsburg, wasn't it? As Fionnuala going for 6-1, I presume, there to Manchester City. No clean sheet, but 6 goals would be great. Getting our goal difference up even more is always what we're looking for. As it is looking like it is going to be Foden on the left and Ferran Torres on the right. Zinchenko's been bigged up by Pep in his pre-match press conference for this game. So interesting to see with him getting more minutes here how he performs. Of course, Zinchenko was kind of down the pecking order, so to speak, at the beginning parts of this season. Glad to see Ferran. I'm not sure about Ferran Torres, if I'm honest. I think Sheffield United's going to be very defensive in this game, and because Sheffield United's going to be defensive in this game, I'm not too sure on how much impact Ferran Torres is going to have on this game. Is my fear. He's a player that would suit City when looking to play on the counter attack and just solidify everything up, so to speak. So I'm not sure, because with Sheffield United, I think they're going to sit deeper. The space isn't going to be there for him. So you need more about you to create something, to make something happen. I think De Bruyne is going to be a very big loss for us in this game, because when you've got teams that are going to sit with 9 or 10 men behind the ball, having Kevin De Bruyne available that can unthread any kind of defence, whether there's 10 men behind the ball or whether it's a shaky defence, De Bruyne certainly can split and make anything happen. But on the upside, I mean, look how Manchester City was in midweek against West Brom, and how easy Man City managed to nullify a defensive team like West Brom under Sam Allardyce. But that was all down to City being clinical, and that's what City need to do in this game. If we don't, I think we might come unstuck, just like Manchester United did in midweek. So this is going to be a very interesting game to see how this one goes, as both teams now ready for kickoff near enough. We've got David Coote refereeing this game at the Etihad Stadium. Fernandinho and Egan have both gathered in the centre circle. Both sides happy with the positions of where they're attacking with, so they're not going to switch over. Sheffield United playing in their pink shirts, black shorts and pink socks. Manchester City playing in their swimming pool kit of sky blue shirts. I just want to see what colour shorts we're wearing. We was wearing blue shorts for the game against West Brom, which served us well. City going for their white shorts today and blue socks. So we are ready and set here for kick-off for this game between Manchester City and Sheffield United. It's the Red Rose taking on the White Rose. The Red Rose of Lancashire and Manchester City taking on the White Rose of Yorkshire and Sheffield United. It's Manchester City that are attacking from left to right, Sheffield United attacking from right to left, and it is Sheffield United that are going to get us underway for this game as the clock strikes 3 o'clock PM GMT here in the United Kingdom. The players take their knee, they finish taking the knee, and we are all set and ready for kickoff here as Sheffield United get us underway for this first half. So it's Manchester City in control of the possession at the left-back area. Couple of passes exchanged between Zinchenko, Fernandinho and Phil Foden as Manchester City managed to ease it out from the back through Ruben Dias. Now it's Kyle Walker playing against his boyhood club, and the player that scored the goal, of course, at Bramall Lane with a great strike as well, which was the difference back in, I think it was Halloween actually, that we played Sheffield United earlier in the season. Manchester City won at Bramall Lane. Sheffield United will be looking to try and rectify that and try and get a result here once again in Manchester. Fresh from beating Manchester United at Old Trafford, looking to try and make something happen here at the Etihad Stadium against Manchester City. Back-to-back games in Manchester, already picked up 3 points, done us a big favour. Can we get the job done here, or will we come unstuck just like United did in midweek? It's City on the attack through Ferran Torres. Gundogan playing in a more advanced role. Kyle Walker wanting players to come closer to him to exchange a pass. He doesn't, and so he's forced backwards. Here is Aymeric Laporte on the left side of defence for Manchester City. Zinchenko now to Phil Foden. Fernandinho, Zinchenko, Fernandinho exchanging a good couple of passes. Bernardo wanted the ball. Instead we go through Gundogan. Sheffield United managed to intercept and can actually bring the ball away too. That's a good bit of play out from the back there from Sheffield United under a lot of pressure. Stepped over twice, sold a couple of dummies. Do that once too often. If City had got the tackle in there, Sheffield United would have been in big bother. Here is Zinchenko. Ball's been brought forward though, intercepted well by Sheffield United now, looking for the space behind. It's a good tackle by Ruben Dias. Oh, what a tackle by Ruben Dias at the back there for City. Not only preventing the corner, but also keeping possession for Manchester City. A brilliant sliding tackle from Ruben Dias. Come to expect no less from the Portuguese beast at the back. Fernandinho with the ball now for Manchester City, sitting in front of the two centre-backs. Going to be a big loss for City if he doesn't sign a new contract and he leaves City at the end of the season, and certainly a position that City will need to fill, not only for leadership qualities but also a player that's brilliant in defensive midfield and excellent at dictating pace of the game and reading the football game as well. He's brilliant at reading attacks, in particular in the Premier League. So yeah, big hole for City to try and fill. Of course, we've already got Rodri here. We'll need another defensive midfielder because I don't think City will want to be playing with just relying on Rodri. He can't be playing nearly 60 games plus sometimes in a season. So if Fernandinho leaves, he will need replacing. City, of course, have been linked with Dennis Zakaria recently, Douglas Luiz, just to throw out a couple of names. But that's something for us to talk about more when we get our daily transfer videos coming in the summer. If Fernandinho does leave, he could sign a new contract. I would be delighted if Fernandinho was to sign a new contract at Manchester City. City now on the attack on the left-hand side. It's Phil Foden through 3.5 minutes here. Manchester City 0, Sheffield United 0. Here's Ilkay Gundogan now, driving Manchester City forward. Sheffield United are sitting very deep. Currently 8 players behind the ball. He's Ferran Torres now into the penalty area. He's dispossessed. Only as far as Fernandinho though. He chooses not to put a ball into the box. Here's Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side, on his left foot, looking for space. Can't find it. Fernandinho tries to chip a ball into the box. It's headed out of play for a throw into Manchester City on the City right-hand side. Bernardo takes it quickly now. Here is Kyle Walker, although I think a foul throw's been judged there from Bernardo Silva, and so the period of pressure there from Manchester City is over. Do I want I want Fernandinho to stay. Whilst he's of top quality, I want him to stay. No doubt in my mind about that. No doubts whatsoever. As Manchester City now have themselves their own throw-in. So nothing too much to report on so far here. We're through nearly 5 minutes. There hasn't been any shots. There hasn't been any real opportunities. Has been City having the majority of the possession, trying to make stuff happen. Nothing's really happened yet. Sheffield United have sat deeper, and that's been about it. It's not been the most entertaining of starts, but here comes Sheffield United now coming forward. not really showing any fear for Manchester City. They'll be full of confidence from their win at Old Trafford, as Sheffield United were nearly dispossessed, although keep the hold of the ball now, well into the City half, working the ball very nicely to the right-hand side. Is there any space out there for any of their players? That's the question. Ball's chipped in. Zinchenko will head that back, though, to Brazilian international Ederson in goal for Manchester City, and so danger averted for now for Manchester City. Here's Oleksandr Zinchenko now. Ilkay Gundogan back to Aymeric Laporte. I'm used to seeing Ruben Dias on the left side and John Stones on the right, but Stones on the bench today. It's Laporte starting alongside Ruben Dias. City now just probing for space into the Sheffield United half. Sitting very tight here, Sheffield United. Jesus, he's dispossessed. Bernardo Silva can't win it back, and so a heavy touch there from Sheffield United stops them coming away on the attack, which is what I was about to say. Bernardo Silva driving City forward. Uses Ferran Torres on the right-hand side. Ferran Torres is dispossessed, though, through a good tackle. And that will be a free kick there to Sheffield United as well inside their own half, just easing their own respite on their own goal. So yeah, it's been a pretty boring start to this game, really. Hasn't been the most entertaining of starts. Lewis, thank you for tuning in, going for 3-0 to Manchester City. Owen going for 2-0 to Manchester City, as we've now got over 80 people tuning in. So thank you and welcome to everybody for tuning into the JSGC channel for today's live watch-along between Manchester City and Sheffield United. 100 likes down before half-time would be much appreciated if we can get there, as we are now only 56 likes away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. If you are watching this, do leave a thumbs up on this live stream, and also don't forget to subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. As Sky Sports are just showing Sheffield United's good form, winning 4 of their last 5 games, albeit there's quite a few cup games chucked in there. There we go, as Felix is going for 4-0 to Manchester City. Here is Zinchenko now, the cross into the box, cleared easily by Sheffield United. I don't think crosses are the way to go. That looked like a free kick with a shove in the back from Fernandinho. Referee says no, play continues. It's Ruben Dias now to the right hand side. Bernardo Silva. Ferran Torres. Kyle Walker, Fernandinho. Ruben Dias. City just exchanging passes early on here. Ball is lobbed forward. Sheffield United get a head onto that, and Ferran Torres, I'd hope, would leave that to go out for a corner. Instead, he takes control of the ball. He's going to do very well to keep hold of it. He does. He's into a good position. It's squared across. Surely Jesus is putting this in. He is. 1-0. Manchester City. There we go. That's what we're looking for. I said Ferran Torres should have left that to go out for a corner. Instead, he does the right thing in keeping it in, going against my advice, squaring it across. Jesus does very well to take a touch, compose himself and put it into the roof of the net to make it 1-0 to Manchester City. Decent work that by Ferran Torres. I thought the chance had just gone away. Definitely not offside there, Jesus. Puts the ball into the back of the net and 1-0 to Manchester City. As we've now got over 120 people tuning in right now. Good finish that by Jesus. Does well to sort out his feet. Does really well not to panic and just hit the ball and shoot. Takes his time and composes himself. And Jesus puts Manchester City ahead here. It is Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. And we can put that on the banner now because VAR aren't having a look at anything, and so the goal does stand. And it is City with the first goal inside 10 minutes as well. Just what the doctor ordered. Just what we're looking for. That will do very nicely. That will do very nicely. 1-0 to Manchester City here. So it turns out a right decision then, putting Ferran Torres and playing him, as we've now got over 116 people tuning in currently to this live stream. So hello thank you for tuning in and welcome. If you are watching this and enjoying the content, please do leave a thumbs up on this video. That would be much appreciated, and subscribe if you are new around here. Now, that was an opportunity there for City. City on the right-hand side. Not too sure who was playing the pass, but Ferran Torres had set off. Should have been a better ball across to Ferran Torres, because Ferran Torres could have put himself into a good solid position there. But there we go. Sheffield United managed to intercept that, and it was a pretty poor pass from City, in my opinion. John Stones on the bench, just having a rest. Lots of games coming for City, so squad rotation. It's a risk from Pep. I wouldn't have done the risk, but there we go. Bernardo Silva into the penalty area. Can this get better for Manchester City? Here is Fernandinho. Space doesn't really open up for him, so Ferran Torres now can't exchange a pass, and that's come off Ferran Torres, I think, and out for a throw in there to Sheffield United. Not sure why Raheem Sterling's not starting, if I'm honest. I thought he would have, but there we go. It's terrible defending that from Sheffield United. Really poor defending. I'm not too sure who the defender is that steps off Jesus, but certainly not the right choice there. As we've got a Zinchenko fan tuning in. Sheffield United now running at City. Speaking of Zinchenko, he's got a bit of defending to do here for City. Ball gets exchanged and a pass does come in. And Ilkay Gundogan's in the right place at the right time to clear the lines for City. Doesn't even go out for a corner. Sheffield United pick up the ball once more. Chance here for them to work something and get something into the box. Driving at City's defence. Good defending that from Zinchenko now. And City can come forward, possibly on the counter-attack. Here is Gabriel Jesus. Does well to make a pass out, but it's to absolutely nobody, and out for a throw into Sheffield United on the opposite flank. We've got John tuning in now from New Zealand. We can add New Zealand to the list of international viewers tuning in, watching the JSGC channel for this live Premier League watch-along between Manchester City and Sheffield United. We've got Goa in India. We've got Hong Kong. We've got New Zealand now. We've also got Kenya too, which is really good. I've probably missed some out as well. Do let me know where you are tuning in from. I'm always interested in knowing where everybody is tuning in from. Seem to be doing good for views at the moment, which is really good. We've got over 100 people tuning in concurrently to the JSGC channel. So hello, welcome, thank you everybody for tuning in. If you are enjoying the content, please do help support my channel by leaving a thumbs up on this live stream. We're now only 41 likes away from 100 likes. That is our aim for this live stream minimum. And also, don't forget to subscribe as well. We've got Jamaica. We've got a couple actually tuning in from Jamaica. So thank you for tuning in. Got South Africa as well. That's brilliant. As we've got a score update. West Brom 0, Fulham 1. Fulham's Bobby Reid that's given Fulham the lead there. Be a good win for Fulham if they can hold on to that one. We've got South Africa in the room too. Love it. Absolutely love it. Matthew, thank you for tuning in. Middlesbrough tuning in from. Regular. Only legends will remember Jack Freakish. That was an entertaining live stream, that one. I did enjoy that one. As SM Saraya? Have I butchered that? I apologise if I have, tuning in from Lebanon as well. Love it. Love it. Pep's woolly hat. Alex is a fan of Pep's woolly hat. Needed out in them cold winds. So definitely needed. It is a nice hat, to be fair. Sheffield United go long from their free kick and straight out of play for a throw into Manchester City on the edge of their own penalty area. Made your year. I'm glad it did. It was a very entertaining live stream, that. Very entertaining. I would like Man City to thrash Sheffield United. We've got the hard part of taking the lead. We've got a nice bright start here, a quick start from Manchester City. All we're looking for now, that killer second goal. I think if City can get that killer second goal, I think we can put Sheffield United to the sword. That's what I think. Hassan, so the goal, well worked from Ferran Torres. I wanted him to leave it and let the ball go out for a corner. Instead, he chooses to keep the ball in. It looked like he was going to get dispossessed, but some good trickery ensured that he managed to get goal side of the defenders somehow. Squares it across. A defender steps away from Jesus instead of towards him to put him under pressure. Gives Jesus extra time to compose himself. Take a touch right in front of the keeper before putting the ball into the back of the net with a nice tidy finish from Jesus to put City 1-0 ahead. Which I'm really happy with. Speaking of Jesus, he has the ball right now. Ilkay Gundogan chips the ball into the box. It's cleared by Sheffield United. Zinchenko's gone into an attacking position, and defending the header was headed straight back to the keeper. Bernardo Silva very nearly gets his head onto that to intercept for Manchester City. There's a bit of ping-ponging around there, and yeah, I think Bernardo Silva might even get his head onto this, you know. That was a chance. He does get his head onto it. That's a real chance for Manchester City. A real chance. Doesn't go into the back of the net. Remains 1-0. Ruben Dias now. Oh, beautiful defender. Beautiful defending. Ensures the ball goes out for a goal kick to Manchester City. Yuda tuning in from Indonesia as well, so thank you for tuning in. The creator going for 3-0 to Manchester City, and Hassam, you are more than welcome. Ferran is a hard worker, so the first 16 minutes seems to be working for Manchester City at the moment. Here is Ilkay Gundogan, a heavy touch there. City get a free kick though, so I don't have to talk about that heavy touch and Sheffield United dispossessing him, as Brewster there was looking to press Manchester City and force a mistake. Thank you very much, Jonathan. I do appreciate your kind words there. I enjoy doing the commentary and everything. I don't know about everybody else, but yeah, I do hope that everybody does enjoy the commentary and keeping everyone up to date. Like I've said, if Man City ever need a new commentator for their games, let me know. We'll make that happen. There's Kings of King's Servant tuning in from the South Bronx, New York, United States of America, I'm going to presume there. So we can add the USA now to the growing list of where people are tuning in from for this live watch-along of this Premier League game between Manchester City and Sheffield United. The Red Rose taking on the White Rose here. Let's get JSGC to 100 likes. Let's make it happen. We're now 28 likes away. That would be brilliant. We've got Haley tuning in as well. Feeling like a bit of singing the blues. City win. United playing later. United lose possibly. That'd be nice. United playing away against Arsenal as well. So there is a definite chance here for City to maybe establish themselves a little gap at the top if we can get a positive 3 points here. That'd be great. So a free kick here for City in a dangerous position. Type of range I think that Kevin De Bruyne would appreciate in putting a ball in. It's going to be Ilkay Gundogan instead. Let's see what he can do. It's not a bad ball in. It's ping-ponging around. City appealing for something, but nothing really in there. Instead, here's Bernardo Silva. Puts the ball into the box. It's headed clear. Here's Kyle Walker. Ferran Torres. And gets a deflection and out for a throw into Manchester City. Nice positive start this from City. City certainly not slowing down and letting up. Not sure what City were appealing for there from the free kick. Everything looked pretty clean. Here's Kyle Walker. With a throw in here for Manchester City. A long, well, kind of long throw into Jesus. He miscontrols it, so Sheffield United can come away with the ball. If I was a City manager, I would go after Erling Haaland. Would be the player I'd be looking for. I'd be spending whatever it needed to bring him in. Alex, if you get to Dubai, yeah, we can add Dubai to the list as well. I quite fancy a trip to Dubai, you know. See everyone else heading out to Dubai. Getting a bit of winter sun and relaxing. UK government with lockdown stopped that, but there we go. Zinchenko to Fernandinho. We're now only 21 likes away from 100 likes. Can we get there before half time? It is possible. I'd take a trip anywhere with sun as well, actually, Matthew, if I'm honest. Maybe in the summer, if they can open some stuff up and get somewhere, that'd be really good. Well, maybe I need to be using my discount with Etihad Airways then and heading to Abu Dhabi rather than Dubai. It's a decent chip over for Fernandinho. Here's Jesus. He cannot control it properly, and that goes out for... I thought it was going to be a corner to City, but instead goes out for a goal kick. Jesus says, how? Doesn't believe it. There's a good ball over that by Fernandinho. Looked onside there, Jesus. Yeah, he dispossesses him. It's a corner. Not sure how they've come to that conclusion that it's a goal kick, but there we go. It's a goal kick to Sheffield United. So a good first 20 minutes from Manchester City. 1-0, City lead. Almost at the 100, that's brilliant. Prediction for the Arsenal United game, I'm going to go for 1-1. Here is Bernardo Silva now. Walker nearly gets into an attacking position there for City to make something happen. Dispossessed though by the firm wall of Sheffield United, who through two passes are now into the City half. Here's Rhian Brewster. Fleck bringing Sheffield United forward now. City got a bit of defending to do here. And it is defended by City. And here's Phil Foden now bringing City forward. Gabriel Jesus. Referee plays advantage. Two lots of advantage. Here's Ilkay Gundogan as the referee continues to play advantage. No real advantage there for City. Well, the Charlton game's off. We can't have that on the both teams to score. Ben tuning in once more. No, Mahrez isn't starting. He's on the bench. It's Ferran Torres and Phil Foden on the wings for City today. I think City could do with more of a physical presence up front. I do agree with that. I think we could do with more pace through the middle. More power and pace through the middle. I think a signing like Haaland had solved both them problems. He's good in the air, he's quick, can make things happen, can drift out wide as well. Plenty of movement in him. I think he'd be a really good player for City. There's a good bit of exchange of passes between Foden and Gundogan. Gundogan just doesn't look up really, just squares it across Sheffield United player there ready to intercept and just clears the ball out for a throw into Manchester City. Having an outstanding season, Ilkay Gundogan is, as the referee is pulling their play back now, ready to give a yellow card out. He's got a yellow card in his hand, but City have taken the throw-in quickly, so he can't give out his yellow card just yet. Here is Ilkay Gundogan to Oleksandr Zinchenko, Kyle Walker, to Ferran Torres, working the ball nicely to Kyle Walker, Walker to Dias, Dias cool and composed on the ball, gets the ball out to Aymeric Laporte. He looks to try and thread through a pass to Phil Foden. The pass wasn't really on, so Sheffield United can intercept. Ball played back to the keeper, hammers the ball clear. Good bit of control that by Aymeric Laporte, showing what he can do with the ball rather than just letting the ball go out for a throw into City. Takes it on his chest and exchanges a pass as well, showing what he can do. Decent that from Laporte. Good to see he's starting to get some of his confidence back. Let's not forget, Laporte's a brilliant defender. Excuse me. You can watch the game if you're wanting to watch the game. If you're in the UK, it is live on Sky Sports main event. which is what we're watching this on at the moment, as Sky Sports pop up a banner, City have currently had 3/4 of possession, 75% possession compared with Sheffield United's 25%. Bernardo Silva, great ball into the box. He's dispossessed though, really good bit of defending that by Sheffield United. They can clear their lines and clear it long. Ruben Dias intercept for Manchester City though, as we're now 19 likes away from 100. So yeah, if you're watching this and you haven't already, please do leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Bernardo switching play to Oleksandr Zinchenko on the left-hand side. Ilkay Gundogan, Zinchenko, Gundogan once more, Zinchenko. Moving the ball very nicely for City. Foden into the middle for City. Now Kyle Walker, is he going to have a shot and look for another goal against his former club? No. Bernardo Silva, ball into the box, back post, Jesus heads it back across into space, and it's cleared by Sheffield United. Good work that by Manchester City. Here is Fernandinho. I thought he was going to line up a shot. It's Phil Foden now to Zinchenko. Phil Foden back to Fernandinho. Aymeric Laporte, Zinchenko, is he going to put a ball into the box? He chooses not to. It's Jesus, Fernandinho, back to Jesus in the box. Chest it to Zinchenko, and Sheffield United dispossess well, and Lundstrom now has the opportunity to bring it clear. He chooses not to, and eventually Sheffield United do bring it clear. And they managed to win the ball actually high up as well, so they've got a bit of possession here and a chance for a counter-attack for Sheffield United. I thought I could get my breath back there, but I can't. It should be intercepted, and is intercepted well there by Bernardo Silva, covering it right back for Manchester City, and City can come away with the football once more. We're through 26 minutes here. Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. Fernandinho now to Ruben Dias. Ruben Dias bringing Manchester City forward to Kyle Walker on the right-hand side. He passes straight back to Ruben Dias, so he goes down the left to Aymeric Laporte. Laporte driving Manchester City forward, well into the Sheffield United half now. As the ball gets chipped forward by City, it's cleared by Sheffield United. Good bit of defending that from Sheffield United. And they pass it out into space, and Sheffield United do come away with the ball. Kyle Walker's demanding about that there's a bit more cover for him there. Sheffield United opt for a decent cross-field pass into the penalty area now. Chance here for Sheffield United. Can they get a shot away, an attack away, and test Ederson? Or get a ball into the box or something, make something happen? Got into a couple of promising positions, but haven't had anything materialise as of yet in the first 27 minutes of this game. Sheffield United still in control of possession of the ball. They move the ball forward once more. Zinchenko should deal with that, and the offside flag does go up as well. And so Manchester City will have a free kick inside their own half, and danger averted once more for now. I would be looking to try and go 2-0 up by half-time. That's what I would be looking for, Matthew, as Norwood goes into the book for Sheffield United for the earlier challenge when Man City were coming away with a counter-attack and the referee played advantage twice. Bernardo Silva with the football works the ball out to Aymeric Laporte. So City try a cross-field pass and it goes straight out of play for a throw-in. Kyle Walker's not happy wanting a free kick. Instead, it's a throw-in to Sheffield United. And that's going to be a free kick, yeah, to Sheffield United now. So a chance here for them to punt a ball towards City's penalty area. They choose not to, actually. They're working the ball. Might be a mistake, that, from Sheffield United. They go long. Kyle Walker does intercept, but it goes out for a throw into Sheffield United inside the City half. So we are now through 30 minutes. It's Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. Don't forget, if you are watching this live stream and want to help to support the this live stream, then do leave a thumbs up so I know that you are enjoying this live watch along. We are once more aiming for minimum 100 likes on this live stream, so we're only 19 away from that. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget, if you are new around here and you are enjoying the content, then why not subscribe, press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. It is free. Aiming for 20,000 subscribers now. I'm hoping that over the next 24 hours we can turn that 15,200 into 15,300. So we are making some really nice steady progress towards 20k, and we have had a good couple of months here actually on the JSGC channel, which is absolutely fantastic. So thank you everyone for the support on that. That is much appreciated by me. So City now, they're going with the back three, so it's looking like it's Walker in that back three taking up the John Stones position. And it's Zinchenko that's going more into a midfield role, which would be more of a familiar role for him. Could be a bit of a dark horse, Zinchenko, to keep his place in the City squad. Looked like he was down the pecking order after his wife or girlfriend, I'm not sure if they're married or not, criticised Pep at the end parts of last season. Looked like he didn't have a future at City. Then into this season, hasn't really featured for City. Looked well down the pecking order, but a string of good performances. And in Pep's last press conference, he said that he's happy with Zinchenko and the way that he's playing, that this new little style of City of having one of the fullbacks cut into that midfield role. Lately, it has been Cancelo doing that. It seems to just be suiting City a little bit more, and that could be suiting Zinchenko too when Cancelo isn't playing. So he could well have a future at City if that is the case, and City long term see that happening. City are apparently having a look at left backs in the summer. City just chip a ball into the box and Ramsdale manages to catch that after Phil Foden was trying something new there. Why not? But yeah, there are rumours that City are going to go in for a left back in the summer. So if that is the case, it could be a case that one left back does leave City. And I had presumed that would have been Oleksandr Zinchenko going down the pecking order, but right now I think Zinchenko's a better left back that's suiting City more than what Benjamin Mendy is. So we'll see what happens there. Who will City sell players? We're always talking about who will City sign, who will City buy, but for City to buy players need to leave. And so if City are going to bring a left back in, the player would need to leave. So who would that be? Would it be Zinchenko? Would it be Mendy? Yeah. Interesting. In the meantime, back to this Premier League clash. Is City 1, Sheffield United 0, 33 minutes in. Bernardo Silva now. To Kyle Walker. Back to Bernardo. Working the ball out to the left-hand side to Aymeric Laporte now. Phil Foden drifting in towards the middle. Gets a deflection. Sheffield United should keep that in and do. Stop it going out for a corner there to Manchester City. Have we had a corner yet in this game? I'm not sure. I don't recall seeing a corner, which is quite surprising considering how attacking City are. Zinchenko now, crossfield pass, comes in. Doesn't look like there's enough on that. There isn't, and so Sheffield United can dispossess. Bernardo Silva pressing well. Ferran Torres looking to try and hold the ground there for City. Sheffield United, though, play it out from the back very nicely. City looking to always put constant pressure on the last defender. Try and force the mistake. Fernandinho makes the tackle and forces the mistake. Jesus! Ooh, nearly for City. Sheffield United do well to hold their composure and keep hold of the ball now. One pass forward and all of a sudden they're down the right-hand side here, Sheffield United, into the City penalty area. Chance here for a crossfield pass. Ilkay Gundogan reads it and blocks it. Not too many options here for Sheffield United, and although it looked like City were going to dispossess that. City wanted a free kick. Referee doesn't give one. And so Sheffield United still in control of the ball. Can they make anything happen here going forward? They've not had an attack yet, not had a shot, not made anything happen to work Ederson, as they're working the ball really nicely now. And a shot does come in finally, and Ederson does have something to do. And that something is for him to pick up the ball from the shot from Rhian Brewster. No real power or conviction on that, and make the save as comfortable as you like for Manchester City. Here's Bernardo Silva now. Just casually moves the ball from right to left to Oleksandr Zinchenko. Here is Phil Foden. Back to Oleksandr Zinchenko. Here is Kyle Walker now, moving the ball forward for Manchester City. City have had 2 attempts compared with Sheffield United's 1 in this game. That was Sheffield United's first attempt, was on target, save for Ederson. City have had 2 attempts, both on target, and yeah, we've got a goal. That's the telling difference here in this game, which has been not a classic, shall we say. But City have the goal. They've been clinical, and I'll take that. Here is Laporte now. To Ruben Dias. City probing for that killer second goal. If we can get that killer second goal before half-time, I feel a lot better. I agree, we do need that next goal. Get the next goal, get that goal, get it before half-time. I think the game might just be done if we can do that. As we're now only 15 likes away from 100 likes. Can we get that before half-time? That would be brilliant. And there's 10 minutes or so to go here. In the 36th minute, Ferran Torres now on the attack for Manchester City. Cross comes into the box and straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. And opportunity fades away for City there. Wasn't a good balling, if I'm honest. So here's Ramsdale with the ball. He's going to hammer this downfield for Sheffield United. Will be won in the air by Aymeric Laporte. Kyle Walker now with the ball. Pumps the ball down to the right-hand side. Ramsdale, miles out of his goal, will let this one coast out of play for a goal kick to Sheffield United. It might be worthwhile going for a couple of long-range efforts. Sheffield United aren't allowing City too much space to create or make anything happen. So it either needs to be precision or long range, as you say. As we've got Emma and Bride tuning in from Perth, Australia. We can add Australia to the growing list of where my international audience of where everyone's tuning in from today for this live watch along of this Premier League game between Manchester City and Sheffield United on the JSGC channel. We are having a lot of possession. City's just struggling to get through the gaps for Sheffield United to make something happen. As it is, though, we have a goal, and that's a big, big thing. It means as the game goes on, Sheffield United will be forced to come out to play. There's another foul throw he's given against City, so City need to be careful about these foul throws. First Bernardo, now Zinchenko. Zinchenko not happy with that decision either. Pep's not happy about something. I love assistant manager Lilo's just lying there, just with a smile on his face as Pep's ranting along. Unhappy Pep, always looking for precision. Bernardo Silva keeps hold of the ball well here for City. Looking for space. Playing down the centre for now. Now he is drifting out to the right-hand side. 14 likes away from 100 likes. Here is Laporte to Jesus, who has to drop deeper and works the ball really well to the right-hand side for Kyle Walker to launch an attack now. Ferran Torres with the ball. Back to Kyle Walker. A bit of movement there for City. Jesus will not win the header, and Sheffield United do, and they head it back to goalkeeper Ramsdale. And that's that dealt with again from Sheffield United. I think Sheffield United will be disappointed to have conceded. It's kind of the only thing that they've done wrong in this game, really. They've held firm and made life difficult for City to create. But the most important thing is City have that goal, and that goal came about through hard work and Ferran Torres making that goal by not giving up, not letting the ball go out for a corner and settling for that, but actually going forward and wanting to make something happen. There's a chance here for Sheffield United. That's a brilliant bit of defending from Ruben Dias. Looked like the attacker had the run on Ruben Dias. He managed to make a sliding challenge, get his foot onto that, and bring the ball clear for City. Not only bringing the ball clear, but also fall into a City man so City can have possession. Ruben Dias has definitely been worth the money for Manchester City. 100%. Here is Laporte now, into the 40th minute. Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. Thanks to a goal from Gabriel Jesus in the first 10 minutes from Manchester City. Good ball played over. Here's Ferran Torres now. What can he do with the ball? Once more into a good position and a good bit of defending there from Sheffield United once more to keep hold of the ball. And again, danger averted for them. The City look to be probing for that second goal. Getting into good positions every now and then, but not having shots and certainly not testing the keeper that much. Fernandinho looked like he'd miscontrolled that, but somehow manages to come away with the football. Gabriel Jesus now on the right-hand side to Bernardo Silva, back to Jesus, to Walker. Walker just working the ball casually, as you like, back to Aymeric Laporte. The City again just look for constant build-up and looking for their next phase of attack. Oleksandr Zinchenko now. Ilkay Gundogan, Zinchenko, back to Gundogan, Fernandinho. Fernandinho switches the ball from the centre out towards the right-hand side through Kyle Walker. Walker now goes for Jesus. So it's Torres that's going through the middle. Jesus on the right-hand side. Phil Foden on the left-hand side. City just changing it up. As Jesus is starting to drift more towards the centre. As a crossfield pass comes in. Bernardo Silva gives his thumbs up. He likes it. It's good. Straight to his chest. Bernardo Silva on the edge of the Sheffield United penalty area. Can City get a ball in? Walker driving. Can he make anything happen? It's very windy out there, so we're having a bit of interference. So it is a bit dodgy with the link as the cross comes in. Ramsdale through the deflection, wasn't sure, and decides to punch the ball over the top of the crossbar and out for a corner kick to Manchester City. Not too sure what Walker's appealing for there. Not happy about something. Referee smiling about it. Looked like it initially went out of play. Maybe what was happening there. I'm not sure. Anyway, corner to Manchester City. 42nd minute. Good time to score this. So it's going to be Ilkay Gundogan with the corner kick here for Manchester City. There's the number 8 on his back. The number worn by the famous Colin Bell, who recently passed away, the Manchester City legend. Gundogan puts a ball into the box. Isn't a bad ball into the box. City just can't get their head onto it. Sheffield United do enough to bring the ball clear. If I'm honest, it's Ferran Torres that's looking the most likely. He's getting into some really good positions. And looks like he's having a good game here for City in this first half. Here is Ruben Dias now. Aymeric Laporte bringing the ball forward for Manchester City. And now Ruben Dias. Kyle Walker. City just knocking the ball about. 2 minutes to go here until half time. Bernardo Silva. Ferran Torres. Here is Ferran Torres once more. Sliding challenge that from Sheffield United gives Manchester City a throw-in. Just on the edge of the Sheffield United area. Good bit of defending that from Bogle. Bernardo Silva with the throw-in. He's going to give it actually to, I think, Kyle Walker to take instead. Hopefully it won't be a foul throw this time. City's already done a couple of them. Jesus goes down, wants a free kick, linesman flags and referee gives. Excuse me, I'm all gassy. So it's a free kick here for City in a dangerous area. Just next to the touchline, near the penalty area on the right hand side for Manchester City. It's going to be either Ilkay Gundogan or Phil Foden to take. Both are standing over the ball here. Looks like it probably would suit a left footer to whip a ball in, so this could be Phil Foden whipping this in. Had a bit of a quiet game so far, Phil Foden has. Looks like it is going to be Gundogan instead. He puts the ball in. Fernandinho can't get his head onto it. Sheffield United can, and they should bring this away through Ludstrom, and they do. Volleys the ball long. Sheffield United get onto the end of it as well. So a decent bit of attacking play, though he runs out of people to give the ball to. He's isolated by City, and City can win the ball back here. 30 seconds to go. Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0 here in this Premier League match at the Etihad Stadium. Gabriel Jesus now. Ferran Torres. Can City muster up one more opportunity before half-time? It's City with the lead. If City can double the lead right on the strokes of half-time, that could well be that for the game, you would think. It would certainly change Sheffield United's game plan and approach for this game. Good work from Ferran Torres to ensure City keep hold of possession to Kyle Walker. Ruben Dias playing in the centre of the heart for Manchester City as we do now go into half-time, and it will be one additional minute. Time for one more attack, you would think. Laporte with the ball inside the Sheffield United half. Here's Phil Foden. Back to Laporte. Now it's... I'm not sure who that is actually. Out there on the touch. I think it's Zinchenko. It is Zinchenko. Ruben Dias now going down the right-hand side. It's Bernardo Silva to Ferran Torres. Bit of movement here for City. Bernardo Silva. 30 seconds to go before half-time. Can he get a ball into the box? Can he make anything happen? Here's Fernandinho. Found a bit of space Fernandinho has in this first half. Just not been enough space for him to find any shots or make anything happen. Laporte now will have a shot from range. It's blocked and blocked well by Sheffield United. Zinchenko to Ruben Dias. 10 seconds to go. Can City make something happen? Walker wants the ball. He gets the ball. Last chance now this for Manchester City of the half. Ferran Torres. What can they do with it? Gundogan turns and the referee will blow the whistle for the half-time break here at the Etihad Stadium. It is Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. Not been too many attacks in this game. City have looked lively when going forward. Sheffield United have defended deep and defended well, but it is thanks to a nice little bit of trickery work from Ferran Torres has ensured that he gets an assist and Gabriel Jesus gets his goal for Manchester City inside the first 10 minutes. That has made the difference here at the Etihad Stadium in this Premier League clash between Manchester City and Sheffield United. It's Man City 1, Sheffield United 0. We're going to go through all of the stats and things to talk about for this game. We're going to look at some reactions happening on Twitter, and then we're going to head for some half-time scores. We're going to have a lot of scores to get through, so we haven't got any half-time entertainment, unfortunately, for today. The best I could find was probably a 5-minute video, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get through all of what I want to get through at half-time in just 10 minutes or so. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there. We're now only 10 likes away from 100 likes, so when I go for this half-time report, if we could hit 100 likes in the meantime, that would be absolutely brilliant. So we're going to go through the stats for this game first, then we're going to head on to Twitter, then we're going to go through the half-time scores from around the ground. So it is Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. Manchester City are currently 6-1 on to win this game. Sheffield United to grab a goal and equalise and pull out a draw from this game is 6-1, and Sheffield United to turn this round in the second half and win the game is a 16-1 shot. So it's a 73% possession for Manchester City compared with 27% possession for Sheffield United. City have had nearly 3/4 of the ball in the first half. Sheffield United have had one shot on target, and also one shot for the whole game came via Rhian Brewster, which Ederson made a very comfortable save. City, though, have only mustered up 2 shots, which isn't much better. 2 on target, 1 goal. City will be looking to try and have more shots in the second half because attacking wise, whilst we've been getting into a couple of good positions, it's been on a regular basis. Sheffield United have defended for their lives. They have defended really well. City, though, need to be moving the ball a little bit quicker, and I think a couple of long range shots, a couple of block shots, pinging it around, trying a couple of different ideas and seeing what works from there may work well for Manchester City. It may be one of those that maybe the key to this game is patience, and with City having the goal, Sheffield United, as the game goes on, will need to come forward. That is when maybe gaps would start to appear. City like keeping clean sheets. We're not the old Manchester City where if we get the first goal, we need that killer second goal. We are capable of keeping clean sheets, but it would, for all of our anxiety's sake, be nice for City to get that killer second goal. And if we could get that in the first 10-15 minutes of the second half, that would be brilliant. Sheffield United, though, considering they conceded after 9 minutes, still well within this game and are defending really well. In terms of passing completion rate, Sheffield United at 76%, Manchester City at 91%. 1 clear-cut chance created for Manchester City, only 1 corner in the game, which is surprising for how attacking Man City are and how defensive Sheffield United have been. That 1 corner was to Manchester City. Jesus is starting and City's not had any offside yet, which is very surprising. 1 offside for Sheffield United. Tackle completion rate for City at 33%, which is slightly below what we're looking for. We're normally looking for between 50 and 60%. Sheffield United at 43%, so not brilliant from their end either. Aerial duels, surprisingly, Sheffield United have been more dominant in the air than Manchester City. City normally very good with their aerial duels, particularly at the back and winning the second ball. City at 44% compared with 56% for Sheffield United. One save apiece for both goalkeepers. 3 fouls committed by both sides. 1 yellow card for Sheffield United and none for Manchester City. That 1 yellow card to Norwood of Sheffield United. But both sides in pretty decent form. Manchester City, have hit solid form recently over the last month or so, winning every single game. That's the form that City are in. Sheffield United winning 4 of their last 5 games, albeit a couple of them results have come against opposition from other leagues for the FA Cup, including wins over Plymouth, and Bristol Rovers have also picked up wins over Newcastle, and of course the midweek game against Manchester United away from home too. So City need to just be wary, keep pushing and try and be more attacking with more intent, score them goals, and go from there and see if we can get that killer second goal is what I'd be looking for in this second half. So just heading on to Twitter just to see what's happening from around the grounds. People are very impressed with Ruben Dias, and so have I. Ruben Dias has been fantastic for Manchester City. He's just continuously always shown how good of a player he can be. But other than that, there hasn't really been too much to report on. Man City need to sort out their foul throws. Other than that, though, yes. There's been much of a muchness, really. Right, so let's go round the grounds and see what's happening. We're going to start in the Premier League first. Early kick-off, Everton 0, Newcastle United 2. Good win that for Newcastle. Crystal Palace all half-time scores, these ones now. Crystal Palace 0, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. And West Bromwich Albion 0, Fulham 1. The late kick-off for this evening, 5:30 PM live on Sky Sports Premier League, is Arsenal taking on Manchester United at the Emirates Stadium, followed by at 8 PM Southampton taking on Aston Villa. Into the Sky Bet Championship, full-time score Norwich City 0, Middlesbrough 0. All half-time scores, the rest of these: Birmingham City 1, Coventry City 1, Blackburn Rovers 0, Luton Town 0, Brentford 2, Wycombe Wanderers 2. Decent game that. Cardiff City 0, Millwall 1. Sorry, Cardiff City fan that's tuning in there. Derby County 1, Bristol City 0. Huddersfield Town 1, Stoke City 1. Nottingham Forest 0, Barnsley 0. Rotherham United 0, Swansea 2, and Sheffield Wednesday 1, Preston North End 0, as Sheffield Wednesday took the lead right on the stroke of half time there, so ouch Mixed, he won't be happy with that. Into the Sky Bet League 1, it's finished Sunderland 2, Gillingham 2. The rest of these are half time scores. AFC Wimbledon 0, Milton Keynes Dons 0. Blackpool Burton Albion has been postponed due to other, so I'm not too sure why it's been postponed. I presume COVID. Bristol Rovers 1, Rochdale 1. Charlton Athletic and Portsmouth has been postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. Crewe Alexandra 0, Ipswich Town 0. Hull City 1, Swindon Town 0. Lincoln City 0, Doncaster Rovers 1. Northampton Town and Wigan Athletics being postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. Oxford United 1, Fleetwood Town 0. Plymouth Argyle 1, Accrington Stanley 1, and Shrewsbury Town 0, Peterborough United 0. Into the Sky Bet League 2, full-time score Carlisle United 1, Exeter City 0. The rest are half-time scores: Bolton Wanderers 0, Leyton Orient 0. Bradford City 1, Barrow 1. Cambridge United 2, Crawley Town 1. Forest Green Rovers 0, Cheltenham Town 0. Grimsby Town 0, Stevenage 1. Harrogate Town 1, Newport County 1. Morecambe 0, Tranmere Rovers 0. Oldham Athletic 0, Salford City 1. Port Vale 4, Southend United 0. Dominant first half display that by Port Vale. It's not even half time yet. And Walsall Mansfield Town has been postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. Moving into Scotland, we'll start with the Scottish Premier League. Celtic 1, St Mirren 2. Half-time score. Dundee United 0, Hibernian 1. Kilmarnock 2, St Johnstone 0. And Livingston 0, Aberdeen 0. So there we go. Into the Scottish Championship. It's Ayr United 2, Alloa Athletic 1. These are all half-time scores. Hearts 0, Dunfermline Athletic 0. Inverness, Caledonian, Thistle and Queen of the South being postponed due to a frozen pitch. Morton 0, Arbroath 0. Raith Rovers 1, Dundee United 1. Into the Scottish League 2, all games have been postponed due to coronavirus. Into the National League, Barnet 0, Torquay United 1, Boreham Wood 1, Eastleigh 0, Dagenham and Redbridge 1, Chesterfield 2, FC Halifax 1, Maidenhead 2, Hartlepool United 0, Sutton United 0, Kings Lynn 0, Wrexham 2, Weymouth 0, Notts County 0, Woking 0, Stockport County 3. Nice for Stockport. Yeovil Town 1, Dover 1, and Bromley and Aldershot's taking place at 5:20 this evening. Now, the FA Women's Super League, current latest score is Bristol City Women's side 3, Brighton and Hove Albion Women's side 0. Into Germany now, into Europe. It's currently latest scores, all these. Union Berlin 1, Borussia Mönchengladbach 1. Bayern Munich 4, Hoffenheim 1. Borussia Dortmund 2, FC Augsburg 1. Eintracht Frankfurt 0, Hertha Berlin 1. And Werder Bremen 0, Schalke 1. You've got RB Leipzig taking on Bayer Leverkusen at 5:30 p.m. GMT this evening. Now moving it on to the Dutch Eredivisie, it's currently Heracles Almelo 1, Groningen 0. Later on at 5:45 p.m. GMT, you've got FC Utrecht taking on PEC Zwolle. At 7 p.m. GMT, you've got Fortuna Sittard taking on VVV Venlo. And at 8 p.m. GMT, you've got Vitesse Arnhem taking on RKC Valvik. Probably butchered their name, I apologise. In Liga 1, you've got a game taking place in 4 minutes. Montpellier taking on RC Lens, and at 8 p.m. GMT, you've got Marseille taking on Rennes. Into La Liga, it's finished Eibar 0, Sevilla 2. Later score, Real Madrid 1, Levante 1. Milito's been sent off for Real Madrid on 9 minutes. Asensio gave Madrid the lead, but Morales has just equalised for Levante. Later on, at 5:30 p.m. GMT, you got Valencia taking on Elche, and then at 8 p.m. GMT, you got Villarreal taking on Real Sociedad. Into Serie A, it's finished Bologna 1, AC Milan 2. At 5 p.m. GMT, you got Sampdoria taking on Juventus, and at 7:45 p.m. GMT, you got Inter Milan taking on Benevento. I think that might be your lot. We'll clean sweep this, though, as we have got Serie B updates as well. All full-time scores. Ascoli 2, Brescia 1. Empoli 3, Frosinone 1. Pordenone 1, Lecce 1. Virtus Entella 1, Cosenza 2. And you've currently got Pisa taking on Reggiana. Yeah. That is a later score, which is currently Pisa 1, Reggiana 0. So there you go. You're up to date with all the scores from the 3 p.m. kickoffs from around Europe for this game. There we go. So we're only 2 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Mixed yes, losing 1-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. Not what you are looking for really there. And Dad, we are certainly nearly there with 100 likes. We're only 2 likes away. So if you want to be the 100th like, leave a thumbs up on this live stream. That would be much appreciated by me. Nice, that was pretty non-stop for the last hour or so. Oh, that was tiring now, just waiting for the second half to get underway here. Oh, I'll make sure we've got everything in place actually for the second half. Currently looks like we have, as I'm starting to go red-faced in the cheeks. Must be getting a bit warm. There we go. Excuse me. As Mikel Arteta's arrived for the Arsenal game. I would like it, Ilkay Gundogan to come in with the next goal. That would be brilliant. Wouldn't it? Would be sensational. As the second half will be getting underway next. Just while you're here, we have done a transfer update today, so if you do want to go and check that out with the latest updates on Kaiki and also Matinho, then do go and check that out either right now or after the game if you want to, as Manchester City are having a good long hard look at these two young Brazilian prospects who could well be utilised in the CFG. Not too sure if there'll be signings for the CFG or for Manchester City. There have been conflicting reports on both players, but I find it nonetheless interesting, so there might still be a little bit of activity for City to do in the latter parts of the January transfer window, but that remains to be seen. I mean, we've only got a couple of days left of the transfer window anyway. I'm hoping to go live on transfer deadline day. I'm hoping there'll be enough news for me to get a video out tomorrow morning. I'm hoping there'll be enough news from tomorrow for me to get a video out for Monday, and I'm hoping there'll be obviously enough news on deadline day for me to get a video out on Tuesday, and that'll be a lot for daily transfer updates. And like I said, I'm hoping to do a transfer deadline day special on Monday. If we can. If not, then we'll go. So be it. It happens. But yeah, we will see about that. As Sheffield United have come out for the second half, and Manchester City have come out for the second half as well. Ready for kick-off here for the second leg. And Dad's still going for 3-0 to Manchester City. It is his Super 6. You could well be right with that one, as we're now only 1 like away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. If you wanted to watch the game, it is live if you are in the UK on Sky Sports main event. It is going to be Manchester City getting this game underway for the second half. City attacking from right to left, and Sheffield United attacking from left to right, as we do have kick-off here for the second half. It's Jesus that has got us underway. So, big 45 minutes coming up here for Manchester City. Can Manchester City ensure that we pick up the 3 points for this game and put all the pressure onto Manchester United for this evening's game against Arsenal? Or will Man City come to a comeuppance and, Sheffield United pull off a shock result? Can they get a point? Can they get the win? Lots still to play for here. Still only a narrow margin. 1-0 to Manchester City, as Manchester City pick themselves up a throw-in deep inside the Sheffield United half here, close to the penalty area. Here is Oleksandr Zinchenko now, as we're still 1 like away from 100 likes. So if you want to be the 100th like, leave a thumbs up on this live stream. That would be much appreciated by me. Here is Ruben Dias with the football for Manchester City. It's a poor pass out that's intercepted well by Sheffield United, though dispossessed. Bernardo Silva is then dispossessed as well. Yeah, it's been one of them games. Although, won back again by Manchester City here. Here is Bernardo Silva into the penalty area. Chance here for City. It's ping-ponging around, and a good bit of defending from Sheffield United ensures that it goes out for a corner to Manchester City rather than an opportunity on goal, as we hit 100 likes. So thank you everyone for that. That is much appreciated. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Adam. I do appreciate that. 100 likes hit once more on another live stream. Absolute legends. Thank you everyone for leaving a thumbs up, and I am glad that you are all enjoying the content. Corner here for Manchester City through 47 minutes. Ruben Dias, Laporte, Fernandinho all go forward. It's Gundogan to take. Goes into the box. And it's won by Manchester City, and it's out and wide for a goal kick to Sheffield United. It's Ruben Dias that did win the header at the near post. There was a lot still for him to do to score from there, because there wasn't any real height on that. It'd be very difficult to score a goal from that position. Just heads it down. Good bit of defending to ensure there was no possibilities there. It's one of them that needed flicking on with the back of his head. So difficult. It's wide of the post. It's a shot off target for Manchester City. It's actually the first shot off target in the whole game. And it remains Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. Next stop 200. That would be great. Personally, I would always be looking for, well, next stop probably 120 is what I'd be looking for. As City lose the ball in their own penalty area. Only momentarily though, as Fernandinho volleys the ball clear. Ball is picked up by Ilkay Gundogan. Sends the ball long. Picked up by Sheffield United though. City win the loose ball, so they can bring it forward. I'm not sure when City last scored from a corner, if I'm honest. There's nothing that's in my memory that's telling me it's that fresh that it was recently. We have scored off set pieces, but corners, I'm not sure. But considering how attacking City are, we're always going to get corners, so you think City would work really hard on trying to score from somewhere like corners. I know Liverpool do. Nathan Ake versus Leicester, you could be right with that. You could be right with that right at the beginning of the season. Ake is good at set pieces. He's very puts a lot of pace and timing, runs into the box. It's all about timings for corners and getting a good head onto it. I've moved the angle slightly. The Lego set is still there, just to the side of me. I've just moved it slightly for the live stream for today. Lego Hogwarts, yes, still not completely rebuilt it after we'd finished it. Is Lego Hogwarts is actually just there, I can see it. Fernandinho now, crossfield pass, looks like there's a bit too much on that. Phil Foden does well to control it though. Left hand side, Foden now to Zinchenko. He will put a ball into the box. It's not a bad ball into the box. Oh, and Jesus just couldn't get his foot onto the ball to tap that in for City. Well worked. A good ball into the box, that by Zinchenko. Was an opportunity that for City. Here is Zinchenko again. Having a good game, Zinchenko, actually. Here's Jesus now. Gundogan just couldn't quite get there for City. And it's going to be brought away by Sheffield United. I think that might be a free kick, actually, to Sheffield United, and it is. So there we go. Desperately unlucky, that one from City. Good header across from Ferran Torres. So a bit of treatment here for both City and Sheffield United. I think it's Lundstram that's getting seen to by Sheffield United. Luke, good question. So my minimum aim for City always is quarter-final for the Champions League. And we've got Mönchengladbach. If we don't get to the quarter-finals, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. No disrespect to Mönchengladbach, because I think that'll be a good two-legged tie for City. I think it'll be a very good test. But I want us to get to the quarter-final. And quarter-final, I want City always to be getting to the last 8 on a consistent basis, season after season, minimum. Bare minimum. However, my aim for the season is to be making progress under Pep in the Champions League. And we are yet to get past the quarter-final stage under Pep Guardiola. And so because of that, I'll be looking for the semi-final and beyond. It'd be really nice to get to the final. It'd be really nice to experience that, and it'd be really nice to win the Champions League. That would be absolutely brilliant. But I think it's unfair to judge solely on the Champions League and not winning that and winning that as being if we are successful or not in the season. However, I do want to see progress in the Champions League, so I reckon we'll get to the semi-final. All depends on who we draw and what happens, if I'm honest. I think that's what decides it most. I think City had showcased last season. The one big positive we had, even though we went out against Lyon, is we got a big coup in knocking out Real Madrid. And knocking out Real Madrid isn't an easy thing to do. And we managed to do that. As West Brom have just equalised against Fulham through Bartley. So that is now West Brom 1, Fulham 1. But yeah, I do think that continuous progress is the way to go. And minimum, I'd always be looking at every single season, is the minimum expectation is the quarter-final for City. I want to get to the semi-final, though, just so we can witness that under Pep and see where we go from there. But it all depends on who you draw and who goes through and what happens from there. I don't fear anybody, but I also have a lot of respect for a lot of teams in the Champions League. And there's lots of teams out there that could cause City a lot of problems. Teams like Atletico Madrid having a good season in Spain, obviously never going to take away from the quality that Real Madrid have got and what Barcelona have got. PSG have got some good quality players. Dortmund are a good side. Also, Bayern Munich are a good side as well. So City with the ball. Driving forward. Here's Ilkay Gundogan. Here's Gundogan now. Zinchenko. So good ball out to Walker. Here's Walker now. Not too much movement here from City. So good ball in, and Jesus, what an opportunity! A decent save that from Ramsdale. Great ball in, certainly offside that from Jesus. I thought Jesus had got a touch onto that, he hasn't. Keeper does really well to intercept that. Does really well, completely clatters Jesus out the way. Good bit of goalkeeping that by Ramsdale. Keeps the score to 1-0 to Manchester City. That's a great ball by Ferran Torres. Foden unlucky not to get onto the end of that, really, and Ramsdale just clears the ball out for play for a throw in there to Manchester City. I do apologise if there's any lags or anything happening on that. The connection hasn't been too brilliant today, if I'm honest. Quality has been downgraded for certain parts to help the connection to keep up to date. So I do hope that everything seems pretty clear from my end now that everything's back up and running to normal and of good quality for everybody and there is no lag. Do let me know if there is, because I can downgrade the quality for stuff to try and improve internet connection. But internet for you, we're in the internet day and age with stuff, aren't we? It does happen. I saw was it the other day or the other week, I can't remember what it was, City Extra their live stream because of internet connection ended up not happening. I've had to leave a couple of live streams before early on because of connection just a couple of weeks ago as well. It does happen. Paying all this money, it happens. That's a terrible ball over. I'll tell you what, I'll tune in on my phone and I'll see what it's like. See if it's all clear my end. See what's happening with everything. I do agree though, another goal is needed here by Manchester City. Get that killer second goal. I mean, Sheffield United will be happy right now. It's still 1-0 to City, but they're through nearly an hour. And, yeah, they're coping, so to speak. Still at 1-0, still well within in the game.
Yeah, they're coping, so to speak.
Doesn't seem to be any lag coming in from my end on here, so I hope that is sorted for everybody. Seems to be sorted here anyway. There we go. Right, yeah, it's just City huffing and puffing right now. Is what it is. Is what it is. Hopefully we can get that killer second goal, and like I said, it can ease all our anxiety, and I think it'll open up the game as well. I think City are just more than happy just to leave this at 1-0. City's solid at the back, certainly more than capable of keeping this at 1-0 and holding on to the 3 points and moving on to our next game. It's a dangerous game against a team that's just had a really good result at Old Trafford in the last game. Normally I'd be looking for City to be getting 4 or 5 and making changes galore with stuff, but considering what happened in the last game, I'd be extremely cautious about that, which is what I think Pep's doing as well. But if we can get that second goal, I would feel a lot better. Here is Laporte now. He's had a good game, Laporte, for City so far. His blocked pass goes out for a throw into Manchester City. Through Burke. And Sheffield United, I think, are preparing their first substitution. Here's Kyle Walker now. Ilkay Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. Apologies. Kyle Walker now. Ruben Dias. Here is Aymeric Laporte. Phil Foden, good bit of play to Zinchenko. There isn't really anything on for him. Does well to get a pass out to Foden. Fernandinho, Jesus. Good ball by Walker. Ferran Torres. Fernandinho will have a shot. It's blocked by Sheffield United and they can bring it away. It's a very tame effort that from Fernandinho, if I'm honest. City looking to press Sheffield United out from the back. Sheffield United don't hoof it, choose to play the ball. A long ball pumped from City is caught well by Ramsdale, and Sheffield United can come away with the ball. So yeah, we are through an hour now. It is 2/3 of the game gone. Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0 here. I don't think Jesus has done too bad in this game, if I'm honest. I think it's just more about creativity, this game. I think we're missing someone like David Silva immensely when it comes to that. It doesn't help with a De Bruyne injury either, but there we go, it happened. Sheffield United now into an attacking position. Laporte left for dead really there. It's headed clear by Ruben Dias, further cleared by Bernardo Silva, and a shot comes in from Sheffield United, which goes harmlessly over the bar, sliced over the bar. Looked like that might have gone high and wide actually, as it hits it with the outside of his boot. It was half an opportunity, that one, for Sheffield United, as I think that's their first shot off target. It is high and wide actually. There we go, and it is, I think it's McGoldrick that's going to come on for Sheffield United in the first substitution of this game in the 61st minute. It is, and it's going to be Rhian Brewster, the Liverpool man on loan at Sheffield United, coming off, and David McGoldrick coming on for Sheffield United. So going for more attacking intent, a little bit of fresh legs up top, see what can happen there. They've got a lot of attackers on the bench, Sheffield United, so there will come a time when they'll start to move these players on. Players like McBurnie as well may come on later on in this game. So I think it's important that City can try and push on here, get that second goal. It'll make me feel a lot better. Here's Walker. Here is Ruben Dias now, bringing the ball forward for Manchester City once more. To Aymeric Laporte. Back to Ruben Dias. Ruben Dias chips the ball forward. It's a header that's won well by Sheffield United at the back. They want a free kick, nothing's given, and Bernardo Silva comes away with the ball. Bernardo Silva now. It's a poor pass out to Jesus, but City will pick up the loose ball. Is Foden into the box, driving and gets a corner for Manchester City after Sheffield United unhappy that they wanted a goal kick. Corner kick though it is to Manchester City. We're struggling to break down Sheffield United. It isn't uncommon, even though we're 1-0 ahead, for them to continue with their game plan of sitting deeper. Last 10 minutes or so, the game will open up because they'll need a goal. They're not going to sit here and defend for a whole 90 minutes and defend a 1-0 defeat. Corner comes in. Headed clear by Sheffield United once more and out for another corner to City. They want a free kick for a challenge on Fernandinho. Again, the referee doesn't give anything. Oh. I think free kicks now being given to Sheffield United instead of a corner to Manchester City. Yeah, it's a free kick that's been given instead. So Ramsdale sends the ball long. As we get another score update, it's now Crystal Palace 1, Wolves 0. Lots of encouragement coming in from the chat, wanting City to really put the pressure on, send the ball forward. Lots of come on Cities here. We need to just keep going here. Try and push forward, try and make something happen. At the moment, it looks a bit drab. It does look a bit drab, I'll be completely honest. A substitution, Jonathan, may be the way to go here. Who would you send on? City pressing and looking for the mistake. What is the keeper of Sheffield United? Sheffield United lose the ball in this area. With the keeper there. I don't get what was going on there. That was very risky from Ramsdale. Nothing happens from it anyway, but there we go. So here's City once more coming forward. 25 minutes to go here. Here's Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. City probing for that second goal, that killer second goal to see off this game. Here is Ruben Dias, Aymeric Laporte. Ilkay Gundogan. Back to Aymeric Laporte. Ruben Dias bringing the ball forward for Manchester City. Here's Bernardo Silva now. To Ferran Torres. Driving the ball forward for Manchester City. It's intercepted well. City really struggling to break anything down here. We haven't looked too dangerous to conceding, but you're just running the risk of that happening. I sense that the frustration would be here a lot more if this was 0-0. But there will come a point if it continues like this where Sheffield United will need to go forward. Last thing City need to do right now is concede and allow Sheffield United right back into this game, because we're going to struggle to score again if Sheffield United score. So it's a very poignant part of the game, and City need to be extra careful that they don't come undone. Zinchenko will intercept that ball for City. Here is Laporte. To Ruben Dias. Fernandinho. To Aymeric Laporte. Ruben Dias. Walker now. City's next 6 fixtures: away against Burnley, away against Liverpool, away against Swansea, home match against Tottenham, away against Arsenal, away against Mönchengladbach. 5 of our 6 games are away from home. No easy games there. No time for let up. Burnley away our next game. All we need to be thinking about though is the next 24 minutes here, plus added on time. Ensure we get the 3 points and pressure onto everybody else. Then think about that game against Burnley at Turf Moor on Wednesday evening. 6 PM kickoff, that one as well. Do I think we could beat Liverpool? I'll be in a better position to comment after the Burnley game. Brilliant ball forward though. Here is Ferran Torres into the penalty area. He's taken 1 touch too many, I think. There he goes down. Wants a penalty and a goal kick is given instead. Should have squared that across. He took 2 touches too many there, Ferran Torres. Good bit of defending from Bogle. Goals come through Gabriel Jesus. Should have squared it across. Yeah, it takes 2 touches too many. Good bit of defending actually from Sheffield United, and the correct decision has been made. It is a goal kick. There we go. So, yeah. Well, we've seen what happened last time we played Tottenham without Harry Kane. It didn't mean anything. They ended up still beating us. We just got to just keep playing our game. Just keep playing our game. See how we can do. Not a penalty, that one for me. Here is Walker now. Wants a run. Won't get onto the end of that, though. I think that'll like a free kick. I think the referee's going to play an advantage. Is there an advantage there? No, the free kick is given to Sheffield United. The game, pretty much, the game is boring. As another score update comes in, West Brom have turned it all around against Fulham. It's now West Bromwich Albion 2, Fulham 1. Ramsdale. Hoofs it long towards McGoldrick. City want the offside flag. He looked offside. Nothing's given though. Here's Zinchenko now. Victory by boredom. Stephen, thanks for tuning in. Here is Ferran Torres now in an attacking position for Manchester City. 21 minutes to go. Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. Walker looked like he was going to line a shot up. Ferran Torres squares a ball across, a couple of deflections. Comes to no avail for Manchester City. A heavy touch there by McGoldrick means City will win the ball back once more. Well, Pep, with his substitutions, maybe he's going back to his pesky old ways of not making the subs. I think Pep just doesn't want to twist. I think he's just sticking and he's happy with what's happening right now before he'll make subs. I don't think the Serie A is too boring, if I'm honest. I think it's a pretty competitive league. Apart from Juventus that seem to always win. 1-0 Bolton. Nice. That makes a rare change. Then we have player. Yeah, it happens. I just don't think Pep wants to twist. I mean, if it was to make subs, who would you bring on? I mean, I'd be quite tempted to maybe get something different on. I'd be looking maybe for Mahrez for either Foden or... I'd probably go for Foden. Mahrez on for Foden. Here's Bernardo, great bit of skill. Combine 1-2 with Gundogan. Here's Phil Foden now. Zinchenko has a shot! Brilliant shot and a brilliant save to go with that as well from Ramsdale. A good shot that. Great effort. Good save. Good football all round that one. Cancelo could be the difference actually. You could be right with that. Cancelo for whom? For Walker? So good effort that by Oleksandr Zinchenko. With his left foot. Good save that from Ramsdale. Still it remains 1-0 Manchester City here. Ilkay Gundogan with a corner. It's won by City in the air and it's another good save from Ramsdale and out for a corner. A header won by Laporte there. City gaining in momentum here. City doing well. Probing for that second goal now. 2 good opportunities in 2 minutes from Manchester City. Ramsdale having a good game behind the sticks. It's Foden from the opposite side. Corner for City. Puts the ball in. Not a great ball in. It is headed clear with relative ease from Sheffield United. Here is Gundogan now. Fouled and so a decent position. This for a free kick for Manchester City. To once again put another ball into the Sheffield United penalty area and test them. Oh, 2-0 Bolton. Just what you want to see. Laporte, I don't think, has had too bad of a game. Looked very settled. If he can remain for the 90 minutes and City keep a clean sheet, then I think City's got themselves 3 really good, fit centre-backs ready to go in. Stones, Diaz and Laporte. Free kick here for City. It's Foden and Gundogan standing over it. It's going to be Foden to put it in. So not a great ball in. Laporte's not happy about something. And it's straight out of play for a goal kick. So a bit of a waste of a free kick that by Foden. Hasn't had his greatest of games, Foden, in my opinion. Was a poor ball in from Foden, I thought. So Ramsdale goes long. Slip from Ramsdale as well. Good win from Laporte. Cleared by Fernandinho. Someone like... Yeah, this is what I mean. Someone like a Giroud, a Dzeko or something, just to come on and make an impact as a sub last 20 minutes, just to change it up. Make something happen. That's what I'd be looking for. Sukraj, thank you for tuning in. Much appreciated. Pep wanted 5 subs. Won't make 1. Won't make 1. Laporte now. Zinchenko. Back to Laporte. Good exchange of passes. Still not too much on here for City. Ruben Dias now. 16 minutes to go. 1-0 Manchester City. City have looked comfortable with their 1-0, but the game isn't dead. Whilst it's 1-0, Sheffield United always have that opportunity of just getting that one moment to score a goal and potentially come away with a point. And it'll certainly look like, with the stage that we're in this game, it would be 2 points dropped here for Manchester City. As Laporte goes down and a free kick is given, as Sheffield United now are ready in their last 2 substitutions to prepare. It looks like, I think that's Billy Sharp and McBurnie coming on, so all out attack. All out attack from Sheffield United coming now. So this is Sheffield United twisting. And I can see Pep for the next 5 minutes just holding just to see what happens. Here is... Bernardo Silva, Ferran Torres, Bernardo Silva once more. Oleksandr Zinchenko. Phil Foden now. Decent bit of skill from Foden. Gundogan. No real space for anybody, so it's just a cross-field pass to Ferran Torres. Walker, back to Ferran Torres. There's nothing on. They can't get anything into the box. Sheffield United defending so deep. Can they make anything happen? Bernardo, back to Ferran Torres, Bernardo Silva. City just forced to move the ball backwards. Laporte forced all the way back to goalkeeper Ederson. There we go. Laporte now. Foden, Gundogan. Decent pass out. Here's Bernardo Silva. So he's had a good game. I think Ferran Torres is my man of the match. Here is Ferran Torres. Into the penalty area. It's defended well by Sheffield United. I think Ramsdale's certainly a shout as well for Sheffield United. Kept them in this game. Had a really good game for them. I've been impressed with him. Considering they've lost Henderson to Manchester United and United didn't want to sell him and have kept him on as the second choice keeper. Is what it is. Foden drives a ball across and out for another corner here to Manchester City. City kind of doing their defending through attacking and keeping the ball in the Sheffield United penalty area. But there is a chance here for Sheffield United to make them 2 substitutions. So it is going to be McBurnie that's going to come on, and it looks like Billy Sharp as well. So 2 attackers brought in from Sheffield United. They're twisting now. Corner here for Manchester City. Phil Foden to take. There's the 2 substitutions do come on now. It's not a great ball in, and it is cleared by Sheffield United. And a clash of heads here means both players go down. McBurnie, first thing to do is go down with a clash of heads. A clash of heads with Aymeric Laporte there. I wouldn't exactly say City are holding out. I think Laporte certainly come off second best in that head challenge with McBurnie. Zinchenko have been given an instruction. Still, City have made no substitutions. In the 78th minute, Sheffield United have made all 3. Hello, Omar. Thank you for tuning in. Is Laporte still down here for City? Yeah, it's just Sheffield United now have committed. I mean, it's Burke and Basham that's gone off, so it's defensive and reinforcements that's coming off. So there's going to be more players up top for Sheffield United. So there's going to be a bit more defending here for City to do, but there should be a bit more space for our attackers now. So I would say now would be a good time to put on a fresh attacker, a Mahrez or a Raheem Sterling. Would be what I would be doing. Thank you very much, Omar. I appreciate it. Laporte was injured. He's back up again, ready to go here for City. Laporte's had a good game. Once again, marking McBurnie. Both players have to go off the field. Both of them look confused and not happy about that. Thank you very much, Stephen. I appreciate it. So 10 minutes or so to go here until full time. It is Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0 as Fulham have equalised against West Brom. A score updates popped up. Cavaliero's just scored for Fulham to make that 2-2. Fulham went ahead in that game. A couple of second half goals from West Brom have ensured that West Brom went ahead, but Fulham have just equalised the game. As that should be a free kick to City, and it is. Just inside the Sheffield United half, Foden hopping around. Yeah, when's City going to make these subs? When's that going to happen? Who's it going to be? Sheffield United have twisted now. When will City twist and make their subs? Laporte all the way back to goalkeeper Ederson. Hasn't had too much to do. Had one simple shot to save from a shot in the first half from Rhian Brewster. Other than that, nothing too much for him to do in this game so far. As Oleksandr Zinchenko picks up the ball. Here's Ilkay Gundogan now. A little bit more space for City coming forward as Sheffield United have sent a couple more players up top. So it looks like they're going with 3 attackers, I think, Sheffield. McBurnie and Sharp through the middle. And it's looking like McGoldrick sitting just behind them. So all change on the attacking front for Sheffield United. Here's Bernardo Silva now. Opts not to use the inside channel run of Ferran Torres goes to Jesus, who goes to Ferran Torres. I think he should have used the overlap there, my opinion, but easy to say in hindsight. Kyle Walker takes an extra touch there, didn't need to. Nearly allowed a dispossession there for Sheffield United. A lot of chasing around here for their attackers to do. Ederson allowing McBurnie just to chase and chase and chase for playing a casual pass out to Laporte. Here is Laporte now to Zinchenko. It's a dangerous game this for City because any mistakes and Sheffield United could be in for an opportunity to score, and it's all our hard work for the whole game undone. We're in a very poignant, pensive part of the game. Will City get that killer second goal and completely kill off this game, or will Sheffield United get an all-important equaliser, give them an extra point towards not only bettering the points tally for Derby County that I'm sure they're looking for, but also to trying to stay up, as that was a great run from Phil Foden, and a yellow card for the Sheffield United defender for taking him out there. Great run from deep there, yeah, takes on 1, 2, 3, 4, nearly 5 challenges before he's taken out by Baldock, and he's given a yellow card. So less than 8 minutes to go here. Free kick to Manchester City inside the Sheffield United half, which City choose to pass and walk. Here's Ferran Torres now to Kyle Walker, opting just to go backwards. See, now with Sheffield United having 2 strikers on and 2 upfield, City haven't got the option of always just casually playing it back. City will be pressed. There seems to be 4 or 5 players now coming out to play for Sheffield United, which will allow a little bit more extra space. It isn't a good crossfield pass by Gundogan to Ferran Torres, and it is intercepted by Sheffield United, who can bring the ball clear. And with them having extra players up, here we go. There's the danger. Good, I was going to say a good tackle by Fernandinho, but it doesn't complete the tackle here. And so there is a chance here for Sheffield United, driving at the City defence. A good tackle, though, by that man, Ruben Dias. What a player he is. What a beast. Ruben Dias tackling Billy Sharp and ensuring that that attack stops right there. And City can have the ball back now. Less than 7 minutes remaining. No subs by City so far. But City are winning 1-0. On course as it stands for a massive 3 points. Ruben the legend already, and he's only been at City for a few months. But he's been a brilliant, brilliant player, and he might just be what City have been looking for. That company replacement. Good interception by Fernandinho. Reads the ball so well. Surely a free kick and another yellow card here. This time for Egan for Sheffield United. Just eating down the minutes here now. 6 minutes to go for Manchester City. Still, Sheffield United haven't managed to make anything happen in this second half yet. They need possession first for that to happen. They keep giving away silly free kicks. Surely now's a good time for City to send on a couple of subs and get some fresh legs on there. These players have been playing for 84 minutes. Last 10 minutes has been 92% possession for Manchester City. That's what I'm on about. To make an attack happen, they need the ball. They need to do something. It's been all Manchester City just dictating what happens in this game. That's a poor ball by Fernandinho. It goes out of play for a throw in there to City as Rodri has just finished up his warm-up. So Rodri may be a player that might be coming on very soon for Manchester City. Imagine if we did the whole game with making no subs. Like it went out of play, that one. I think it has, yeah. Whistle has gone and it goes out of play here for a throw into Sheffield United. But again, do you see what I mean? I keep doing it minute by minute. Waste another minute now. We've got 5 minutes to go here until we go into added time. Sheffield United hoof the ball long. It's Aymeric Laporte that wins the ball in the air. Fernandinho flicks it on. Sheffield United now win the loose second ball and bring it forward. They finally get a bit of possession here. Driving at the City defence. Zinchenko clears the ball out for a throw into Sheffield United under a challenge from McBurnie. So Sheffield United now have a bit of possession and inside the City half too. Because City's not got that killer second goal. This is the situation that we're now in. As the long ball comes forward. It's not dealt with by City and a shot comes in and it's just wide from Sheffield United. Fleck gets a sweet connection on that, and just like that, that was very nearly an equaliser. The best chance Sheffield United have had of the game. One lump forward, one chest, and it's inches wide from the post. Ederson beaten. Oh, it doesn't get much closer than that, I tell you that, ladies and gentlemen. City nearly had their long... We've been ahead since the 9th minute. We've been ahead for a very long time, and that was nearly cut out with 4 minutes to go. Sweet connection. Surely that's the warning sign City need here just to start... Well, not only keeping hold of the ball, but getting some fresh legs on there and start thinking about getting the ball forward. Not just keeping hold of the ball, but start thinking about attacking intent and start pushing for that killer second goal and seeing off this game. Billy Sharp now goes down, a free kick. Sheffield United on the touchline, a chance for them to put a ball into the box. It's Sheffield United gaining all of the momentum here. It's poor from Walker. Billy Sharp just protects the ball, waiting for the impact and gets it. Time is starting to run out for Sheffield United, but they're finally making things happen. A free kick here in a dangerous area for them to put a ball into the box. It's Fleck standing over it. It's going to put a ball in. McBurnie and everyone going forward here. So some defending for City to do. Ball comes in. It's ping-ponging around. I'm not sure what happened there. And the City do bring the ball clear. Jesus putting Sheffield United under pressure at the back. Back to Ramsdale. Surely just going to go long and get this ball forward. He does. Towards McBurnie. Wins and beats Ruben Dias in the air. McGoldrick now out wide. Another chance for Sheffield United to put a ball into the box. Walker It's cut into the centre. A long-range shot blocked by City. All the momentum to Sheffield United. 2.5 minutes to go here. Man City now, because they haven't killed the game off, are in this position, in this situation where they've got some defending to do. Another ball goes into the box. Ruben Dias gets the call from Ederson to leave it, and Ederson keeps hold of the ball now, and City seemingly looking like they're just going to shut up shop. City sits... City still haven't made any substitutions yet. We're into the 88th minute. 88th minute. City swapping notes. They've got the iPad out. Surely a sub's coming soon. Squeaky bum time and a half here. Ball given away loosely though by Sheffield United. All the space in the world for City now to make some attacking intent. Ferran Torres. Surely just got to be taking him on. He doesn't. Holds the ball up here. Here's Fernandinho. Switches play to Jesus, who's now playing on left wing, and Phil Foden's going through the centre. Now Ilkay Gundogan's in the centre. Here's Jesus once more. 90 seconds to go here. Gabriel Jesus. To Phil Foden. To Jesus. Looked like it went out of play. And a throw-in's given there to Sheffield United. Not sure that's the correct decision, but there we go. A minute to go here now. Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. Don't forget, if you are watching this live stream, you are enjoying the live stream, do leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Currently pushing for 120 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget, if you are new around here and you are enjoying the content, please do subscribe. Plenty more Manchester City content to come. More live watch-alongs. We'll be live Wednesday evening, 5:30 PM, ready for the 6 PM kickoff for the Manchester City away game against Burnley at Turf Moor. Man City ready in their first substitution in the 90th minute. It's crazy. It's Ferran Torres that's going off, and it's going to be Rodri coming on for Manchester City. City are just going to eat away at these last final few seconds. Game isn't over yet. This could be a big 3 points for Manchester City. A big 3 points. It's been anything but a fluent performance from Manchester City, but if we do get the win, it would be job done. Zinchenko with the throw-in. Into the final 10 seconds or so, less than that now. But we're going to added on time. I reckon there's probably going to be 4 minutes added on here is my prediction, as that's another throw-in here to Manchester City. It's 5 minutes added on here. 5 minutes for Sheffield United to find a goal. 5 minutes for Manchester City to hang on here to pick up an important 3 points at the Etihad Stadium against bottom of the league Sheffield United, battling for their lives. Normally I'd be saying I'd be very disappointed playing against bottom of the league, but considering they've just beaten Man United at Old Trafford, I'd say anything is possible. Bernardo Silva under the challenge to stay down, Bernardo. Hold your head and stay down. He'd have to stop the play. He doesn't. He gets up. He was looking for that Bernardo Silva, but I'd have just stayed down, holding my head. Referee would have been forced to have stopped the game. Instead, Sheffield United miscontrol that, and it goes out of play for a throw into Manchester City. So there is one of the 5 minutes seen out by Manchester City now. Fernandinho, according to Sky Sports, has been given the man of the match. Good shout there. Ruben Dias is up there for a man of the match shout. I think Laporte's had a pretty decent game here for City. I think Zinchenko has too. My man of the match, though, is going to Ferran Torres. His assist, the crucial difference for ensuring that Manchester City could well be on course here for 3 points. And I don't think he's had too bad of a game at all. Throw-in from Manchester City. Jesus manages to control that now. Here's Zinchenko. There's lots of space here for City. Zinchenko bringing the ball forward. Foden drifts the ball. He's looking for handball. Referee says no, and it's out for a corner kick to Manchester City. Zinchenko cannot believe that this isn't a penalty. It's 100% a penalty. Surely VAR's overturning this for a penalty. His arm comes out, bam, to go out for a corner. Surely VAR is going to stop this, have a look and say penalty's going to be given here. Surely. It looks like the corner's going to be taken, which means VAR aren't having a look. Surely VAR... What? How is that not a penalty? I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but how is that not a penalty? That is 100% a penalty. City have been robbed of a penalty. Sheffield United hoofed the ball long. It was a terrible corner in from City. That was an awful decision from the referee and from VAR. How can anyone justify that that is not handball? His arm isn't in a natural position. Just hits his arm and goes out for a corner to ensure the ball doesn't come in. City have got a bit of defending to do here. It's cleared by Fernandinho. Loose ball should be picked up by City. It is by Fernandinho. Here's another chance for a counter-attack from City. Fernandinho now. Good ball out. Phil Foden. 3-on-3 here for City. Rodri decides to go forward. Jesus is to one side. Surely he's going to be used. Surely 2-0 here. What a save from Ramsdale. Brilliant save. I can't even accuse Jesus of that being a poor shot. It was a decent shot that was going into the back of the net. Ramsdale, definitely a shout for man of the match here. It might have been offside borderline there. Instead gets a big hand onto it, so more seconds are ticked away in this game. Should really have been 2-0 that to City. A really good save by Ramsdale. I'm still fuming that we've not had a penalty, if I'm honest. Absolutely furious that that wasn't given as a penalty to Manchester City. I just don't get how that... His arm's not in a natural position. How is a penalty not being given there? What a terrible decision. City are just time wasted here. Play the ball off another Sheffield United player and out for another corner to Manchester City. Just a minute to go here for City to see out this game. Awful. Just awful. VAR is poor. Here's another chance for City. Twisting and turning. Sheffield United pick up the ball. They can clear it. And they can pick up the loose ball here. Driving the ball forward. Getting right towards full time now for last opportunity. Sheffield United send the ball long. Won by Manchester City. Rodri hammers the ball clear. Sheffield United have now only got 2 defenders back. They go all the way back to goalkeeper Ramsdale. Seconds left here. Ramsdale goes long once more. The initial header is flicked on by McBurnie. City challenging for the ball and a free kick is given there to Manchester City, and that could well be that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm still furious about that's not being given as a penalty. Absolutely furious. Another clean sheet it looks like City are on course for, but yeah, it's going to be job done by City, but I'm furious that that's not being given as a penalty. I don't get how that is not a penalty. I don't get it. It's just every day of the week. No matter what minute we're in, no matter what part of the game we're in, it's a penalty. Arm is out, hits his arm. Why have we got VAR? What's the point in having VAR if they're not going to give a penalty for that? I just don't get it. Anyway, there we go. Full-time whistle goes. Pep Guardiola beats Chris Wilder. A very close contest here at the Etihad Stadium. It finishes Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. Sheffield United defended really well in this game. Played a decent game. Didn't really have too much attacking intent. Their best opportunity came through Fleck. Right in there with 3 or 4 minutes to go, making a sweet connection after Sheffield United did go forward and decide to attack. Went past the post, inches wide, nearly managed to scramble themselves a point from this game. It hasn't happened. City scored after 9 minutes. Ferran Torres, who I thought was going to leave the ball to go out of play for a corner, decides not to, holds it off really well. And ensures that he gets an assist, and Jesus gets a well-composed finish for Manchester City to win this game and pick up an important 3 points. And Man City now extending their lead at the top of the Premier League, which is things that you definitely love to see. So thank you everyone for tuning in. If anyone is leaving now, then thank you for tuning in. I'll see you all again for the next live watch along. But we are going to go through the stats for this game, the reaction to this game, and also the full-time results from around the grounds. So City had 75% possession compared with 25% possession for Sheffield United. 10 shots on target for Manchester City compared with 10 shots in total from Manchester City, 5 on target, 1 goal. Not brilliant stats, not brilliant games these ones, if I'm honest. Sheffield United with 4 shots, 1 on target, and no goals. 2 off-target shots for Sheffield United compared with 1 for Manchester City. Block shots, 4 for City, 1 for Sheffield United. Passing completion rate for Sheffield United at 75%. Manchester City's at 91% nearly. 2 clear-cut opportunities created for Manchester City. 1 offside for Sheffield United and none, surprisingly, for Manchester City. We had Jesus start for 90 minutes, which is surprising. 58% tackle completion rate, much better from Manchester City second half. 47% for Sheffield United. Aerial duels at a solid 50-50 from both sides. 1 save for Ederson to make a catch from a shot from Rhian Brewster in the first half. 4 saves for Ramsdale to make some important saves there to keep it at 1-0, as this game could have been over long before that if it wasn't for Ramsdale. 3 yellow cards for Sheffield United, none for Manchester City, and no red cards apiece. But Jesus' goal is enough to ensure that Manchester City do sit on top of the Premier League table and extend their lead. Pressure now all over to Manchester United. City sitting on 44 points from 20 games. We've played the same amount of games now with Man United, Leicester, Liverpool and West Ham. It's just Tottenham that's got a game in hand. If they win their game in hand, would go on to 36 points and 8 points behind Manchester City. City currently sitting, in terms of Champions League football, we are now 9 points clear of West Ham in 5th. We are 7 points clear of Liverpool as it stands. We are 5 points clear of Leicester and 4 points clear of Manchester United, with Man United playing in 35 minutes. Excuse me, playing against Arsenal. Arsenal know that with a win, they will go level on points with Tottenham and also Everton. So a big game here for Arsenal to try and rejuvenate and find some success for their season. But yeah, things looking rosy for Manchester City as it is right now. How many wins in a row is that for City in all competitions and in the Premier League? Because the season before last season, we never won more than 4 consecutive Premier League games in a row, which has ended up costing us and why we fell so far behind Liverpool. Whereas here, we've won against Sheffield United, we've won against West Brom, so there's 2. Beat Cheltenham, that's 3. Villa, that's 4. Palace, that's 5. Brighton, that's 6. Birmingham, that's 7. Man United, that's 8. Chelsea, that's 9. Newcastle, that's 10. 11 Arsenal. 12 against Southampton. Yeah, we've won our last 12 games since drawing 1-1 against West Brom, which was pretty disappointing. In terms of Premier League games, we've won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 wins in a row for Manchester City in the Premier League, which is extremely impressive in my opinion, which is absolutely fantastic for Manchester City. Absolutely brilliant. We've got a match on Wednesday, like I said, February 3rd. It's a 6 PM kickoff, so we will be live at 5:30 PM for that live watch-along away at Turf Moor against Burnley. We have already played Burnley once this season at Turf Moor in the Carabao Cup earlier in the season. That finished, if memory serves me right, I think we beat them. Was it, my memory serving me right? I was thinking 2-0 Man City is what I've got in my mind. I'm just going to check that though, just to make sure, see if I am right with that. It finished 3-0 City rather than 2-0, sorry. 3-0 to Manchester City. Yeah, another clean sheet for Manchester City. Things looking very rosy, things looking very good here for Manchester City. So like I said, we are aiming for 120 likes, so please do leave a thumbs up on this video if you do enjoy this video. That would be much appreciated. Don't forget, if you are new around here, then do subscribe. So yeah, we've done the reaction, so do let me know your thoughts in the chat. Adam seems very happy with that. Harry Dean, Ruben Dias, more clean sheets than a laundry shop. Got to love that. Sahil, proved wrong, but happy with a 3 point. It's all we need. Always what we're looking for. Always what we're looking for. John, I'm furious that the penalty's not being given. TZ has enjoyed the stream, even though it's boring. I presume you mean the game's boring rather than the stream, or at least I hope. I hope not. But yeah, 8 wins in a row, 7 clean sheets. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much, John. Thank you for tuning in. It is much appreciated. What we're going to do now is we're going to head on to Twitter, see the reaction to this game. Bernardo Silva getting a lot of credit on Twitter at this moment in time. Ederson keeping his clean sheets as well as left everybody happy. as well, which is really good to see. And City extending their lead at the top of the Premier League. Now it's over to everybody else. See what everybody else does in the Premier League. So we are going to go through the full-time results from around England, Scotland and Europe right now, and then we're going to have a look at this weekend's games and seeing what could happen in them other games, and then we will end the live stream there. So it has finished Everton 0, Newcastle 2 in the early kick-off in the Premier League. So Everton 0, Newcastle United 2, thanks to a couple of goals from Callum Wilson. Crystal Palace 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0. And West Bromwich Albion 2, Fulham 2. This evening we've got a 5:30 kick-off in 30 minutes, Arsenal taking on Manchester United, and then at 8 PM GMT you've got Southampton taking on Aston Villa. Hoping Arsenal can do us a favour there. Beating United will be absolutely brilliant. Southampton, Aston Villa, I'm not really too fussed about that game if I'm honest. Moving on to the Sky Bet Championship, early kick-off, Norwich City 0, Middlesbrough 0. Into the 3 o'clock kick-offs, Birmingham City 1, Coventry City 1 has finished. Blackburn Rovers 1, Luton Town 0. Brentford ended up, after it was 2-2 at half-time against Wycombe Wanderers, winning the game 7-2, which is astronomical. Cardiff City 1, Millwall 1, finished. Derby County 1, Bristol City 0. Huddersfield Town 1, Stoke City 1 is a later score. Nottingham Forest 0, Barnsley 0. I think I had that on my both teams to score, so have I got a ban? I might have a ban. There we go. Rotherham United 1, Swansea City 3, and Sheffield Wednesday 1, Preston North End 0, which means there'll be an unhappy mixed right now. Into Sky Bet League 1, it's finished Sunderland 2, Gillingham 2, AFC Wimbledon 0, Milton Keynes Dons 2, Blackpool Burton's been postponed due to coronavirus, Bristol Rovers 1, Rochdale 2, Charlton and Portsmouth's been postponed due to a waterlogged pitch, Crewe Alexandra 1, Ipswich Town 1, Hull City 1, Swindon 0, Lincoln City 0, Doncaster Rovers 1, Northampton Town and Wigan Athletics been postponed due to a waterlogged pitch, Oxford United 1, Fleetwood Town 0, Plymouth Argyle 2, Accrington Stanley 2, and Shrewsbury Town 2, Peterborough 0. Into Sky Bet League 2, Carlisle United 1, Exeter City 0 in the early kick-off, Bolton Wanderers 2, Leyton Orient 0, Bradford City 2, Barrow 1, Cambridge United 3, Crawley Town 1, Forest Green Rovers 0, Cheltenham Town 0, Grimsby Town 1, Stevenage 2, Harrogate 2, Newport County 1, Morecambe 0, Tranmere Rovers 1, Oldham Athletic 2, Salford City 1, Port Vale 5, Southend United 1, and Walsall Mansfield was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch as Huddersfield Town and Stoke City is now finished 1 apiece. In the FA Women's Super League, it's finished Bristol City Women's side 3, Brighton and Hove Albion Women's side 0. Into the National League, Barnet 0, Torquay United 2, Boreham Wood 1, Eastleigh 2, Dagenham and Redbridge 2, Chesterfield 2, FC Halifax 2, Maidenhead United 3, Hartlepool United 1, Sutton United 0, Kings Lynn Town 0, Wrexham 2, Weymouth 0, Notts County 1, Woking 1, Stockport County 4, and Yeovil Town 3, Dover 1. Bromley Aldershot is a 5:20 PM GMT kickoff. Now going north of the border to Scotland, we're going to start off with the Scottish Premiership. Celtic 1, St Mirren 2. Don't see Neil Lennon holding on to his job too much longer if I'm honest. Terrible result that for Celtic at home. Dundee United 0, Hibernian 2. Kilmarnock 2, St Johnstone 3. Livingston 0, Aberdeen 0. Into the Scottish Championship, Ayr United 4, Alloa Athletic 1, Hearts 1, Dunfermline 0, Inverness Caledonian Thistle and Queen of the South has been postponed due to a frozen pitch, Morton 0, Arbroath 1, Raith Rovers 3, Dundee 1, and all games have been postponed in the Scottish League 2 due to coronavirus. So, moving to around Europe, we're going to start off with the Bundesliga first. It's finished FC Union Berlin 1, Mönchengladbach 1, Bayern Munich 4, Hoffenheim 1, Borussia Dortmund 3, Augsburg 1, so no harm done there by Dortmund in the end after an early Haaland penalty miss. Eintracht Frankfurt 3, Hertha Berlin 1, Werder Bremen 1, Schalke 1, and you've got RB Leipzig taking on Bayer Leverkusen at 5:30 p.m. GMT. Now, moving across to the Dutch Eredivisie, it's finished. Currently a later score: Heracles Almelo 1, Groningen 0. 5:45 p.m. GMT, you got FC Utrecht taking on PEC Zwolle. At 7 p.m. GMT, you got Fortuna Sittard taking on VVV Venlo. And at 8 p.m. GMT, you got Vitesse Arnhem taking on RKC Valvejek. And the Ligue 1 in France, it's currently a later score: Montpellier 0, RC Lens 1. At 8 p.m. GMT, you got Marseille taking on Rennes. Moving across to Spain, Eibar 0, Sevilla 2 is finished. Currently a later score: Real Madrid 1, Levante 2. Rodgers given a late lead there to Levante with they're into added on time now. So Real Madrid could be losing at home at the Bernabeu to Levante. Big shock there. Valencia and Elche is a 5:30 p.m. GMT kickoff time. And then you got Villarreal taking on Real Sociedad at 8 p.m. GMT. Into Italy, Bologna 1, AC Milan 2 is a full-time score. It's currently Sampdoria 0, Juventus 0. At 7:45 p.m. GMT, you got Inter Milan taking on Benevento. Anything else for me to go through? Yes, just the Serie B to go in Italy. So Asoli 2, Brescia 1 finished. Empoli 3, Froschione 1 finished. Pordenone 1, Lessine 1. Probably butchering all these names, I apologise. And Virtus Entella 1, Cosenza 2. Pisa, they're currently taking on Reggiana. That's still a later score, I think. It's finished full time now. Pisa 1, Reggiana 0. So there we go. That keeps you up to date with everything that's happening for this game. Just moving on to yesterday's, because it is the weekday. It did finish in the Sky Bet League 2. Colchester United 0, Scunthorpe United 1, Reading 3 in the Championship, Bournemouth 1 finished, and in the Bundesliga, Stuttgart beat Mainz by 2-0. Lyon beat Bordeaux by 2-1 in the Liga 1. Torino drew 1-1 with Fiorentina. In Italy, in Serie A and in La Liga, Real Valladolid 1, Huesca 3. So let's have a look at Sunday and who's playing in the Premier League and what that might mean for Manchester City. So Chelsea taking on Burnley. So an interesting scouting opportunity to see what Burnley, what to expect from them. That's a 12 p.m. GMT kickoff time. Then at 2 o'clock you've got Leicester City taking on Leeds United, and we're hoping for a favour there from Leeds United would be brilliant. Then we've got West Ham taking on Liverpool at the London City Stadium. So I'm hoping for a favour there from West Ham. Liverpool dropping points. Liverpool, in my opinion, the only team that can compete with City once we get going. So Liverpool, if they could keep dropping points on a regular basis, would be great, considering they just won their last game against Spurs. A defeat for them would be good. And then Brighton are taking on Tottenham Hotspur at 7:15 p.m. GMT at the Amex Stadium. So hopefully a favour from Brighton. Ideally there, I'd be looking for Burnley to get something against Chelsea, Leeds to get something against Leicester, West Ham to get something against Liverpool, Brighton to get something against Tottenham, and obviously looking for Arsenal tonight to get something very soon against Manchester United would be absolutely brilliant. And so there we go. Yeah, that'll take us nicely on to ban for me, there we go. So yeah, that takes us nicely on to our next watch along, which will be Wednesday 5:30 p.m. So I'll see you all on Wednesday for the next live stream watch along of Manchester City's season. Hopefully we can keep this winning momentum going. For now, it is job done by Manchester City. We move on, 3 points. It's over to everybody else. Pressure on them. Let's see how they cope. So thank you everyone for watching this live stream. It is much appreciated. If you have enjoyed this live stream, or you are watching this after the live stream has already ended, then please do leave a thumbs up on this video. That would be much appreciated. We're currently, as I'm looking at the screen, on 124 likes. So I would like to get to our minimum aim for live streams. Recently, we have been averaging between 140 and 180 likes. So I'd like to get to 140 likes. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also to subscribe if you are new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. I am aiming for 20,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated by me. Don't forget also social media links, they're in the description below, or you can go and search for me and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. They're on the banner just below me if you want to go and follow me on there. My email is also in the description below and on the banner below me too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will be back again on Wednesday. If not, you're enjoying the daily Manchester City transfer updates. We'll be doing daily transfer updates from now up until the end of the January transfer window into early next week. So we'll more than likely be having daily videos up until, well, maybe even throughout all of next week as well. We'll see. I may even be live again on Transfer Deadline Day with a Transfer Deadline Day special, not just talking about Manchester City, but all the other transfers happening from around England and Scotland too. So I might see you live for that if that does end up happening. If not, I will definitely be back for Wednesday for the live watch-along of that away game against Burnley from Turf Moor. So thank you everyone for watching. I've been JSGC. Job done. 3 points over to everybody else. Thank you everyone for watching. I've been JSGC. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. I hope everyone is safe and well. Enjoy your weekend as well. It's 3 points. It's another clean sheet. Momentum does a lot for that. So I'll see you all again very soon. So I've been JSGC. Peace. Ciao for now.